Let's go ahead in our portion. We are doing a chapter called exempt income. Income will be of two types. वो income on which you have to pay tax and that income on which you don't have to pay tax. The income on which you pay tax is called taxable income divided into 5 heads. But the income on which you don't pay tax is called exempt income, which is given inter के syllabus के अंदर, given in section 10. Okay, the remaining sections you don't have to study. And we also studied the difference between exemption and deduction. Effectively taxable income में both don't come, but there is still a difference between exemption and deduction. Deduction first included, then subtracted, and exemptions are not included only. That's the main difference between exemption and deduction. Correct again? Then we started learning section 10. Section 10 का biggest part, 10.1. What is that one line of 10.1? The one which is written in the law? Rent or revenue, both. From agricultural land. Pehle it says land in India and then used for agricultural purposes, basic or basic plus advanced. Then the rent and revenue both will be exempt from tax. And we studied all the other points, including right up to composite income, where we have to segregate income into agriculture and others. For normal businesses, you have to take the fair market value, which is a logical way of deciding it. But for some special businesses, tea, coffee, rubber, they have given random percent. Random matlab hawa mein percentages. That this is how you break up 60-40. That is where we finished 10.1. Then we went ahead 10.2. That is share of profit from HUF. Exempt because HUF has paid tax. 10.2a share of profit from firm. Exempt because firm has paid tax. And uske baad mein I think we did one last thing, that was interest on NRE account. Non-resident ka 2 accounts, external and ordinary. Ordinary pe tax lagega, but on external there will be no tax. Correct? That is where we stopped. Let's go ahead in our exempt income ka part. The next section. See, section will be this only. Everything that we are going to learn in course of the chapter is going to be part of section 10. Section 10.6. This is a list of incomes where we are granting exemption to non-citizens. These are people who are not citizens of India. Or may I put it this way? Foreign citizens or foreign nationals. That way your nationality cannot decide your tax liability. Tax liability will arise either you are resident. Can a foreign citizen be resident? Yes. Because residence depends on number of days. Yes. Foreign citizen also can stay for those many days and become a resident. Correct? So, foreign citizens, if resident, they have to pay tax. Forget about that. Supposingly they are non-resident also. But still they have to sometimes, or they will have to sometimes pay tax. Guess when? If they earn anything in India, they will have to pay tax. And Indian income ka definition is received in India, accrued in India, or sometimes deemed to be Indian income. Certain circumstances. Have we done that? But we want to not levy tax on some of their incomes. So under section 10, this is section 10. This is clause 6. Normally subsection, but here we call it clause. There are internal sub clauses. So this is 10.6.2. 10.6.6. We call them sub clauses. Okay. Supposingly it was a section. Any section other than 10 or 2. Then this becomes section number. This becomes subsection. Then we call this clause. But here because we are already calling this clause, then we will have to call this a sub clause. That is how a law is enacted. So you don't get into the headache of the sub clause number. Don't get into that. Till the time you are aware that this is an exemption granted under section 10. And if you know 10.6, then you are best prepared. Honestly speaking, only if you write an exemption under section, I think one day somebody was asking me, what does this? You only asked me. Who asked? US kya hota hai? You don't remember what you asked? Haan. So we'll say under section 10. The moment you say under section 10, that means you are right. Under 10, which clause or subclause it is irrelevant. So 10 itself is enough. Because whether agriculture or partnership profit or HUF profit or NRE, everything is exempt under section 10. If you are able to remember this, best. सब क्लॉज नंबर को चिल करो. You don't waste your time, energy and effort. No one including practicing chartered accountants remember any clause number, sub clause number. Most don't remember section numbers also unless they are working on that section on a daily basis. Income tax is a vast law. Every CA does not get the opportunity to work on every section every day. There may be a section on which you had worked 1 year ago and last 1 year you have not studied only that section and you'll forget it. So हम लोग student है, we are expected to remember. You have to give exam, so you are expected to remember till exam. After exam there are students also who forget. Final में तो you forget, it is okay because you may not choose practice as one of your area of work. You may go into some other profession, you may take up a job, you may go in audit ka field, you may go in finance ka field, you may go in any field which is not having concern with the taxation. But inter ka student cannot forget anything taught because final में you have to study it again. इसीलिए till the time you know 10 and 6, it's okay if you don't know the clause number. I am doing those incomes with you on a point number basis. So actually it is not section 10(6) के अंदर point number 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually it's a sub clause, but you don't have to get into the headache of that. Therefore I am doing it on point number basis. There are some incomes, about 3-4 incomes in 10(6) on which government does not want tax. But what is common in all these incomes? That all of them are foreign citizens. Okay, so first income, salary of employee. अबे सैलरी और किसको मिलेगा? Or we also call them officials, because once you know they are whose employee, you will come to know how important they are. They are employees of embassies. अरे भाई चिंटू पिंटू कंपनी का एम्प्लॉय नहीं, फर्म का एम्प्लॉय नहीं. Embassy, consulate, etc. We use the word etc. because it can be embassy, it can be consulate. Different countries call it by different names. And they are working in India. Understand the whole catch here. Officials of embassies of foreign countries, foreign states. Actually, it is foreign country. But internationally, because US calls it United States, so we refer to them as states. India is the Republican state of India, the state of India. Okay, so in other words, if we don't have to complicate things, so understand it with simple language. India ka embassy is there in every country in the world. So you go to any foreign country, there is Indian embassy in Singapore, there is Indian embassy in Malaysia, there is Indian embassy in New Zealand, everywhere. If you are an Indian stuck in that country and you have some trouble, you take help from that embassy. Right? So likewise, all those countries also have their embassies in India. So there will be officials of that government working in this embassy. Stupid question I must. Where are they working? Because the embassy is in India. So there is one Indian embassy ka employee who is working for government of India but working outside India. But we said government is paying salary, so income deemed to be Indian income. But this time we are talking about the transaction other way around. Their employee working here. This is not deemed to be Indian income. This is Indian income. Why? Worked in India. That means salary accrued in India. Getting paid in India. That means received. And income becomes Indian income when which of the two happens? Any one. So यहाँ पे तो they are working also here and they are getting paid also here. My question is, the salary that these employees are getting, these officials are getting, is this Indian income? Yes, but we will not take tax on that salary. Because we have written it in section 10, no? We will not take tax on that salary if matlab condition 1, they are not engaged in any trade or profession in India. ऐसा नहीं कि फॉरेन का चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है, that government sent him as an embassy official and he has started practicing here. No, you should not be engaged in any trade, profession, business or employment here other than the embassy ka remuneration that you are getting. That's the first condition. This is very easy to fulfill because as per their terms of employment, when the government will send them here, at that time only it will keep a condition that you will not be allowed to do anything else. Is that clear? Okay. And second condition, sir, and matlab both have to be fulfilled. It's a case of cumulative condition, means both conditions have to be fulfilled. We have a popular Hindi proverb, you can clap with two hands, मतलब एक हाथ से ताली नहीं बजता. You are a foreign embassy का employee working in India, तुमको exemption चाहिए. Guess करो what second condition India will put. Guess करो सिर्फ. Don't actually tell me the condition, just guess the condition. What do you think should be the second condition? Try more. No. Anything else? The hint lies in the proverb that I gave you. You can clap with both hands. They can. Because if they don't have property shares here, they don't have property shares there, that means salary should be your only income. That cannot be the condition. उधर का ही कुछ है. So guess no. We are giving me India, you Singapore. Hi Singapore. Say hi India. Hi Singapore. I am going to give tax exemption to your employees working in your embassy here. It is something मतलब क्या? Where? That country का tax laws should have a provision that we will exempt salary of Indian embassy officials. Simple है ना? That's why I say ताली दो हाथ से बजेगा. If that country levies tax on Indian embassy का employees, तो that country का embassy का employees here will have to pay tax. Then exemption will not. See, this condition is what? To get exemption, this is the condition. It's not compulsory that everyone will fulfill the condition. It is possible. There are some people who are not fulfilling the condition. तो क्या होगा? मर नहीं जाएगा वो by not fulfilling the condition. What will happen? Tax cut. You don't die by not fulfilling the conditions in taxation. You just pay tax because you have not fulfilled the condition. Understood? तो सिंपल है. You exempt our employees का salary, we exempt your employees का salary. ये जरूरी भी है. Please understand. Indian government employees who are working outside India, that salary is deemed to be Indian income. First of all, those employees are resident over there because full year they spend. No, supposingly you are Indian government ka employee working in Indian embassy in Singapore. So full year you stay there. You get paid there, you work there. That way foreign income but deemed to be Indian income. And therefore salary that you are receiving there, we are taxing here. If that government starts taxing your salary, matlab that poor employee who full year stays there will have to pay tax there also and here also. So our government is saying, our employees ka tax, who are working in your country but they are our employees, that tax we will keep. You don't take anything from them and we don't take anything from your employees. That's the condition. That country should exempt a salary of Indian employee, Indian embassy ka employees. Is that clear? Yes. Section 10(6) ka second exemption. Second exemption under 10, 6. I would like to remind you, in section 10 we are doing those exemptions which are not covered in any other head. Matlab kya sir? There is 10.5. Yesterday I did 10.4. Today I did 10.6. There is 10.5. But this is covered in salary chapter. There is 10.7. After 10.6 I will directly go to 10.10D. Because 10.7 is covered in salary ka chapter. Okay. So we are doing those exemptions which are not covered anywhere else. Second, under which? 10.6. Tell me one condition already. Common condition. Common condition for all the points of 10.6. They should not be a citizen. When we granted this exemption here, obviously foreign embassy ka employees will not be India ka citizens. Obviously. Okay. Second, common condition, non-citizen. Employee of a foreign enterprise who is rendering his services in India. Employee of a foreign enterprise who is rendering his services in India. Where is he working? So the salary that he will get is Indian income. Correct? But we don't want tax on that. Any foreign, and they have used the word enterprise, not company. So can it be employee of firm, employee of foreign AOP, employee of foreign LLP, employee of foreign charitable trust, and where is he giving his services? In India. Sir, if the enterprise is a foreign enterprise, how can an employee give his services in India? Is it possible? First answer that. Because if it is not possible only, then where is the question of any exemption? Is it possible that employee of foreign enterprise has given his services in India? By the way, he is not a citizen also. How? Some are wondering, sir, what is impossible in this? It's something very normal. Can a foreign enterprise have an Indian office? Indian branch? Having lots and lots of Indian employees? Correct? Indian employees ka salary is going to be taxable. Okay? But we are sending a non-citizen. So this guy normally stays there. He is coming here for a temporary period. And for that temporary period, we are giving him salary. You can call it remuneration. Salary is the remuneration that you are getting paid. That will be exempt, subject to the following conditions. Condition 1, his stay in India should not be exceeding 90 days. So he is coming to India for a temporary period. A foreign enterprise is sending its employee. You see, supposingly you are told by your boss that you have to go somewhere to work. First thing that we will say is, sir, my parents don't allow outstation work because you don't want to go. But let me tell you, when you are in employment, you are not in college that your parents decide. So if your boss is telling you that you have to go and work somewhere, you have to, especially if it's a temporary assignment. See, if your boss is asking you to shift forever somewhere, then you can say, sir, I can't shift. You want to continue my services, it's okay, otherwise I'll look for some other job. But if they send you for some days, few days, take this as an opportunity of a fully paid trip now. Free lunch, free dinner and breakfast also. Aap samjha kya? So we have sent him to India. So this is the other way around. Foreign enterprise ka employees coming and working. You understand the difference? He should not stay for more than 90. He is working in India. And if he is working, that means services are being rendered in India. Where is his salary getting accrued? Koi deemed income nahi, actually getting accrued here. because he is working where? Here, but not for more than, only if his stay does not exceed 90 days, he is going to be eligible. Eligible for, matlab if that employee spends 91 days here during the year, confusion नहीं होना चाहिए. Sir, lifetime का 90 days है क्या? नहीं, during the previous year. So you will see 1st April से 31st March of 20 to 23, because that is your exam applicable. He should not stay for more than 90 days during this period. If he stays for more than 90 days, so crime nahi hai, he will not get killed for that. Only thing is, come on, his salary will become taxable, and if stays up to 90 days, the salary will not be taxable. And second condition, this will create chaos. Till now, it was not very difficult to understand. One foreign enterprise has sent its employee to work to India, which is very normal. If he is working in India, it is Indian salary, but we don't want tax because he has come temporarily. So we are putting the condition of 90 days. But the second condition says the foreign enterprise. That means, can I say this assessee ka employer, the foreign enterprise, should not be engaged in any trade or profession or business in India. Sir, ये कैसे होएगा? Now, how is that possible? You are doing trade or business or profession. That is why you have employees. Okay, you have kept employees for playing dandiya. You are doing some business. You have business there, no problem. Now you have sent your employee to work in India. If he is coming and working in India, which means? Nahi to what work he is doing? Correct? See, till here understanding was not difficult. Foreign employee comes here, it's Indian income, but because of his temporary stay, we don't want to be so bad, so stubborn, so rigid. And what will we do therefore? Not tax him if his stay does not exceed 90 days. But second condition thoda problem create. What is the second condition saying? Foreign enterprise, if it is sending its employees, so there has to be some business in India. So why are the employees coming to India? I'll give you a couple of examples. Once you understand the example, you will be able to understand, okay, yes, it is possible. Less likely, but not impossible. Less likely, but not impossible. You are a foreign newspaper. Example दे रहा हूं. I am giving you an example. मैं लिखता है so that क्या होएगा? Today, when at the end of the class, how much पगार you get, by the way, from the others? कोई बात नहीं. Poor guy is still doing honorary work for everyone. You got the post. एक मैं was secretary of the class. नहीं. Okay. नहीं. Poor guy does every honorary work without pagar. So when you will get this PDF, you are getting the PDF of every day, all of you. क्या है इसके अंदर? only what I have written will come, what I have spoken can't come. बैड लक है. तो मैं ही लिखता है फॉरेन न्यूज एजेंसी, न्यूज़पेपर और टीवी चैनल. It will send its employees in India. For what purpose? News collection. Reporter hai, collect news, go back. The employee is working in India, yes or no? Temporary period, may not exceed 90. See, 90 exceed kya, this section is only not applicable. So we are assuming not exceeding 90. The foreign enterprise is not doing any business or trade in India, only collecting information. That brings the likelihood, because before this example, this appear impossible. Now does it appear likely possible? Those employees, matlab in other words, let me put it this way, foreign news reporter spending less than 90 days, up to 90 days in India, then the salary is getting accrued in India. It is Indian income, but we don't want to levy tax for such a small period. बराबर है. Collecting information is not business for the foreign news agency? That precisely proves what I am saying, that therefore the foreign news agency is not doing any trade or business. But where is the employee working? So now we are not talking about the agency, we are talking about the reporter. Where is he working during that period? And for salary, the rule was the place of work. Correct or no? So news agency got no business in India because it is only collecting information. That means this condition is satisfied. But employee ka income is Indian income, no? Because we are talking about salary, not the news agency ka profit. So you understand, news agency is a separate assessee and the employee who has come to India is a separate assessee. News agency ka there is no Indian income, which also results in fulfillment of this condition. But employee ka income is, it is Indian income because he is working here. Deemed nahi. Actually it is Indian income. Samjha kya? You want one more example? Pakka? You've heard of training given to government officials. Government officials kya? Private sector maybe you get any job, no? Job starts, salary starts. They don't give you work. They train you. That training can happen here. They can send you something called an off-site training. It's a heavy language they use. The employees get excited and faltu ka drama karke they come back. But point is, can we send our employees for training to a foreign country? So can a foreign enterprise send its employees for some kind of training? That training can possibly be under some Indian organization. Is it possible? Yeah. So now observe karo. You are a foreign citizen. First of all, for 10(6) to apply, assessee has to be foreign citizen. Without the assessee being foreign citizen, 10(6) can never come into existence. Assessee has to be a foreign citizen. That is the first criteria. Assessee has become a foreign citizen. You are a foreign citizen. You are working in a foreign company. You got your job. The moment you got your job, your salary has started. Company is saying we can't give you work right now. We need to train you. Go for 1 month to India, get trained and come back. Chill kar. We'll pay you salary for that period also. Because though you are not working, but this training is a part of our business. We'll pay you salary. So 1 month ke liye you come and go back. Now see, are you a foreign citizen? Are you working in India? Indian income or foreign income? Indian income. Normally it is taxable. But you have not come to India for more than 90 days. I said 1 month. And your boss is not engaged. The foreign enterprise is not engaged in any trade in India or business in India. It has only sent you for the purpose of training. Then we will not tax that 1 month ka salary out here. ऐसा नहीं है कि it is not Indian income, but we want to be a little relaxing while applying our taxation laws. So, is this Indian income? Yes, but we want to exempt it and therefore it is put under 10(6). Is this understood? Yes. So what difference it will make? No, but see, then you have not understood the provision only. Foreign enterprise ka business kidhar hai? Where are they making profits? One of the criteria is that you should not be engaged in. That means you are not making any money in India. So whatever salary is being paid to the employee is out of the profits that are being earned. Kidhar? Outside India, no? So wo paisa it is being paid, what difference it makes? Problem kidhar hota, malum hai? You know, foreign enterprise is doing business in India, making money in India. From that business, it is paying salary to this employee. So business mein to you will show that expense. But then correspondingly the employee is not paying tax for because of this exemption. So such cases the exemption only is not granted. No. For exemption to be granted, the employer organization should not be engaged in any business. Okay, they are not making money here. So whatever salary is paid, 3 crore, 300 crore, it will be paid from foreign profits. So why will India have any problem? It's just that there is a law in India which says you work in India, it is Indian income and everyone has to pay tax. But for such a temporary period, if we start taxing the people, understand the macroeconomical picture here. That means we are closing our doors to foreign talent and they will not come to India. अभी sometimes it is reverse brain drain also. जिसको brain drain नहीं मालूम है, reverse brain drain कैसा समझेगा बाबा? Brain drain मतलब Indian talented people going and working in a foreign country. Reverse brain drain मतलब foreign का talented people are coming here. Understand? They want to know कि India में ये particular activity how smoothly, how flawlessly people are doing something as simple as Mumbai का डब्बा वाला. Have you ever experienced their work? Heard about them नहीं, मगर experienced their work all throughout my school life. That dabba wala who brought that dabba to my school, he was never 1 minute late to pick up at home, never 1 minute late to reach school, and after food is over, we just had to keep it at one place, never 1 minute late to drop it back. Even if the tiffin bag is same for multiple students, he never mixed it up. Never ever. इसका टिफिन उसको के उसका टिफिन इसको. In costing terminology, this is called 6 sigma. Least number of defects. No normal loss, no abnormal loss. Perfection. Professionalism किसी से सीखना है तो learn it from मुंबई का डब्बा वाला. Correct? Super talented. Foreign में he wants to start डब्बा वाला सर्विस. फॉरेन में ऐसा होता है जैसे देयर इज अ लोकेलिटी वेयर इंडियंस स्टे. इन एवरी फॉरेन कंट्री नो देयर विल बी डेफिनेटली वन एरिया जहाँ पे इंडियंस. सिंगापुर में दैट एरिया इज कॉल्ड लिटिल इंडिया. लिटिल इंडिया नाम का एरिया है वहां पे सिंगापुर में. वहां पे रेस्टोरेंट्स लाइक बार बोर्ड, प्योर वेज रेस्टोरेंट, जैन फूड अवेलेबल, प्योर वेज. मैं किधर है कामत है उधर. सीरियसली. So you want to eat idli या पनीर टिक्का मसाला तो they will give you over there. समझा? तो only place with pan stains. And you won't believe that I had purchased some parcel from that कामत का hotel, and I said के भैया डस्टबिन किधर है? I want to throw this कचरा. Can you believe what he told me? सर बाहर किधर भी फेंक दो. ऐसा इधर भी ऐसा होता है. सिंगापुर है ना ये तो. He's like नहीं खाली देख लेना, पुलिस वाला नहीं देख रहा होगा तो फेंक देना. क्या फील आ रहा है. सुपर है ये तो. सुपर. सीरियसली. तो there will be those foreigners who want to learn this Indian talent of these dabba walas. You want to start that dabba wala का business in that foreign country, that Indian locality से wherever their offices are. But you want, अभी यहाँ से डब्बा वाला उठा के you can't take over them. You are not Prince Charles, they will come you. पता है Prince Charles ने invite किया था, but for you they will not come. So you send your employees here. के सीख के आओ. How they do it? Are you doing any business or profession in India? No. Your money you are making there. From that money, if you are paying salary, तो कोई problem नहीं. And second condition, your business is there. That is this condition. Second condition, employee का stay in India not exceeding 90 days. Understood? हाँ, up to 90 days ना, not exceeding 90 बोला. Not exceeding 90 means, tell me, if the employee का stay in India is less than 90 days, is that allowed? Equal to 90 days? Allowed. Equal to. Less is allowed and more is not allowed. That is okay, but equal to is very important. Allowed. Is that clear? Third exemption in section 10(6). We are doing 10(6), no? उसके अंदर का third exemption. Tell me one condition which is applicable before the section starts. Foreign citizen. So can I say before we start, you are already a non-citizen? Or I should not mention. नहीं तो क्या होगा मतलब confusion होगा. Because we have already put this condition as a common condition for all the points of 10(6). अब भी मैं यहाँ पे in point number 3, if I will write non-citizen, no, then you will get confused about point 1 and 2. All the people in point 1, 2 and 3 are, in fact one more point, they are all foreign citizen. What extra condition? Extra. you are a non-resident. Foreign citizen who is a non-resident, and you are an employee in a foreign ship. कौन है आप? Employee in a foreign ship. So non-resident, non-citizen, foreign ship. Supposingly Russia से we are importing oil, so Russia से ship comes to India. That ship will have captain and crew members, just like Indian ship का crew members are going out. Foreign ship का crew members will come in India, no? Are they non-citizens? The common condition. They come for a temporary period, so are they non-residents? They are on a foreign ship, but that ship stayed in India. For a few, एक बात बताओ, 12 nautical miles enter करते ही, ऐसा नहीं कि you will ask के sir, but what if the ship came to the seashore and it went away? नहीं, seashore नहीं, land mass ने 12 nautical miles का entry equal to stay in India. And the ship can stay here for 1 week, 7 days, 10 days, something like that. Possible. During that stay also, will that salary get accrued? Imagine कीजिए, you are a person who is working in a ship. You are a Russian. You are working in a Russian ship. And you have come with the goods here in that ship. For working on the ship, you get salary. When the ship is in India, still you will get salary because you are on duty. Where is your salary getting accrued? Why do you say so? Because during that period, where were you? So Indian income ke foreign income? Indian income. But we don't want tax from them also. Just like we did not take tax from those temporary aane wala employees above. If their stay in India, once again, same condition, is not exceeding 90 days. अभी तू बोल, 90 days में equal to covered or not? मतलब equal to 90 days में you will get your exemption or not? So if your stay in India is 0 to 90 days, your income will be exempt. If it is 91 days, so your income will be not exempt. Not exempt matlab taxable. Is that clear? So this is the third case, and fourth and the last case. If you are foreign government employees, अभी तुम कोई चिंटू पिंटू एम्प्लॉय नहीं है, you are foreign government का employee. One employment is that employment where you are an employee of that embassy. तब तो full time you will have to stay here only. Full time. You may become resident. देखो non-resident होने का criteria was only for this guy. This guy does not spend more than 90 days, so he is also non-resident. But I hope you are very clear. For these employees, the criteria was non-citizen. Can they be residents? Can they नहीं? They will be resident. क्यों? Because full year they are staying and working. They are working in an embassy. That's a full-time job. They stay here only. They are residents. But foreign citizen working for embassy, that country exempts our embassy ka salary, our embassy ka employee ka salary. We will also give you exemption. So they are residents. They don't spend more than 90 days. So they will be non-residents. इधर तो criteria ही बोल दिया that you have to be non-resident. Now we are not talking about foreign government का embassy का employees. Can foreign government का employees other than embassy का employees also come to India for some work? They have come to India. You understand double E का short form is employee. Are you comfortable with this? If I ever write ER, मतलब employer, the boss. And if I ever write EE, मतलब employee. बाकी next chapter is income from salary. Class notes. Whenever a full form is accepted, short form is always accepted. You said full form, so full form is always accepted. Short form is accepted or not. If I mention it is accepted short form, then only. Otherwise, by default, you don't use it. Okay. For example, under section के लिए I told you it will be allowed. हाँ. Foreign government का employees have come to India. Embassy वाला नहीं है. Embassy वाला come to India नहीं. Embassy वाला stays here only. This is other than embassy का employees, and they have come for a particular training. Sometime back we were talking about training, but that was private sector का employees. A news agency, a company sending employees for dabba wala training. That was a private sector, no mitro. Now this time, who are coming here to take the training? Government employees are coming here for training. Okay, and this training will be given to them by whom? Who is going to train them? Indian government. If foreign government has to train its employees, so why they will be sent here? Training has to be taken from someone in India. From whom are you taking the training? From the Indian government. Or you can be taking the training from a government company. आपका company law हुआ है क्या? Little. Not at all. Audit? No. One day you will learn that whenever in any company 51%, I think voting power का logic you know. If 51% or more is held by government, it can be government at the center or it can be state government. 51% or more is held by government, we call it a government company. So who is training you? Either the government itself is training you, or a government company is training you, or a subsidiary of government company. Now my next question is, again, because company law has not been taught, so probably you don't know. So one day you will know this better than me. You know what is a holding company, what is a subsidiary company? How? If law has not started, though? Foundation mein Companies Act was there. Holding subsidiary was there, but government company was not there. Tha. So when I asked you all no government company, you all said no. Acha, sorry, I asked audit law has started. My bad. I am always of the impression के foundation में तो आता ही कुछ नहीं है. Foundation is तो ऐसे trial. Okay, real study start at intermediate only. So I should have asked you. Government company का definition you have learned before ever. So now तो you know 51% or more held by central government or any of the state government. What is subsidiary? तो अभी आप ही बता दो. What do you mean by subsidiary?
Company which is owned by company which has a major stakeholder of another company which is owned by the government.
I just want to know meaning of subsidiary. Don't bring government right. A limited. Chal. ठीक है. You are getting confused. You want to speak but you are not able to. A limited. How do you decide whether A limited is subsidiary of any company? किसका होना चाहिए तो? गवर्नमेंट का नहीं ना. गवर्नमेंट will decide government. If B limited is holding more than 50% of the voting power, legally they say more than 50% of the nominal value of the share capital, something like that. More than 50% voting power. When one company holds more than 50% shareholding in the other company, so the company which is holding it is called holding company, and the company in which the shares are held is called a subsidiary company. Here, the company which will train you, who? Foreign government ka employee coming for a training. So someone here will give you the training. Who is that someone? या तो government, या a company owned by the government, or a company which is owned by a company owned by the government. काय गोंधळ आहे. Government is holding one company, that is government company, and that company is holding shares in another company, but subsidiary, मतलब more than 50%. Correct है? It can be subsidiary of government. Next,
Basically, the parent company is 50% is led by government company.
yes, and that parent company itself giving training is also fine, no, because it is also government company. Correct. Next, a statutory corporation. English. क्या बोला? Statutory corporation. You have any idea what is a statutory corporation? हाँ, an organization which operates under a law. That law can be enacted by central government or state government. Example, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Institute of Company Secretaries of anyone pursuing CS along with CA. ये तो खत्म नहीं होता 8 घंटा रोज. What stupid questions you ask? ICSI, there is an organization called ICMAI, Institute of Cost and Management Accountants. You get CMA category, more in the nature of costing, decision making. RBI, rightly pointed out. और क्या बोला? IRD, Insurance Regulatory Development. SEBI, बराबर है. UTI, LIC. CBDT is not a company, no. It has to be a corporation. Okay, that way ICAI is not a company, but CBDT is a board formed by the government for the operation of direct tax laws. And there is no CBDT Act which created CBDT. CBDT is an organization which has come for implementation of Income Tax Act. Okay, but sometimes an organization is created because of an act. So that is statutory corporation. ICAI is absolutely right. Next, a cooperative society. So who is giving you training? Cooperative society, for which in India there is a law called Cooperative Societies Act, Societies Registration Act, if you may have heard about it. You have been created under that law. Yeah, the provision says Societies Act or other similar law. Similar law matlab, sir, India mein there is one Societies Act. There is another law called the Bombay Port Trust Act. There is another law called the Indian Trust Act. A society that has been created to grant training. You have come here to take a training from any of these people. After completing your training, you will go back and work for your government. But when you are here for your training, during that period also, will your government give you salary? Yes. Where is that salary becoming due? And if the period is long, because here no number of days are specified. If the period is long, it is possible that for such a long period, you may get paid also here. It's Indian income, but we don't want tax. Logic is simple. They are government employees who have come here for a temporary period. This is a matter of being proud. Imagine karo, if government of America wants to conduct elections out there and they send their staff here, ke jao sikh ke aao, how India conducts Lok Sabha election. You think making 130 crore people vote in a span of a few days is an easy task? It is not. This is something that the world should learn or would want to learn from Indians. But that training only government can give. And that training only government employees over there require. Can government of a country like New Zealand send its employees to India to see how did this government manage the world's largest vaccination drive with almost zero complaint? I am not saying that there were zero complaints. Or glitches to hoga na. You look at the population size. Your passing marks 50 है ना, तो 95% से ज़्यादा का accuracy is 100% accuracy. You understand? No vaccine said that life में कभी COVID नहीं होएगा after you take me. The vaccine makers just said that COVID तो होगा, but the effect will be less. You won't die, you will not need hospitalization. That is what they promised. And I think we achieved that also. Because after vaccination, when Omicron was like everyone had it. there was a time, a period of about 10-12 days, somewhere in the month of January this year, December end से January, whoever you see, full Mumbai, cough, cold fever, cough, cold fever, cough, cold fever. Test कोई नहीं करवा. My wife had fever. My brother is very particular. नहीं टेस्ट करवाते, नहीं RT-PCR करो. In 2.5 years, anybody out here who has never undergone RT-PCR? आज तक कभी नहीं करा है. Me too. Never. कभी करा. Not that I didn't go anywhere. फ्लाइट में वो RT-PCR रिक्वायर्ड होता, वो PDF बनता था मोबाइल में विथ किसी और का रिपोर्ट, माय नेम. आई एम सेइंग दिस ऑन अ रिकॉर्डिंग, but that's something that we all did. I did not undergo a single test because I believed that test karana means inviting the MC officials home. But my brother is very ऐसा कैसे, तू पागल है. In case there is any problem, so we get the line of treatment. In case 4 दिन बाद में the health is deteriorating, we might need hospitalization. तभी we will have to, before hospitalization, get an RT. तू पागल है ये वो. एक तो younger ones of Indian household ना, you can't explain anything to them. They are a liability on the family. Seriously. तो जबरदस्ती he said के get an RT-PCR done. I took my wife to my family doctor. I asked him कि भाई घर वाले बोल रहे हैं कि you should get an RT-PCR. I am not in favor. He said एक काम कर, soap stick खरीद, okay? Remove it from the packet. It's rotated in the air, and then send it to the lab. वो positive ही निकले. It is airborne. Everyone has that virus. We all had cough, cold, fever, but none of us required. I think that was basically cooling down of COVID, because once everyone is affected, now no problem. India managed the world's largest vaccination drive, and even today government is requesting as a precaution, take your 3rd dose. You call that booster dose or precaution dose or whatever you want to call it. Free mein they are giving. You know that free ka period is going on. Still we are not doing. क्यों मालूम है? When government will say no, कि booster dose ले लिया, then only traveling is allowed to other states and countries, then you will take. नहीं तो. The reason why people took that first dose and second dose was that you have to stop showing your RT-PCR once you are fully vaccinated. Airport के ऊपर staff को you don't have to show your RT-PCR. Train में you don't have to show your RT-PCR. Interstate travel में you don't nowhere. My brother has gone abroad. Abhi he is not here. He is outside. He is in Spain right now. While going 2 days before going, 2-3 days before going, he took his 3rd dose. बोला कि foreign travel के लिए 3rd dose is compulsory. Till the time they don't do a thing like this, nobody will take it seriously. But still 2 doses so everyone has taken. Even those who did not want to, बोला कि at least travel ये सब peaceful हो जाता. And I think अभी तो they have stopped asking also. No, anywhere, nowhere there. They are assuming that everyone is fully vaccinated. Airports पे है? Not anymore. Next week I am traveling alone. Next week में शायद मेरा lecture एक भी नहीं. Okay. This week तो lecture is there, Monday to Friday. Next week में शायद lecture नहीं, because I am traveling. How do you manage 130 crore का vaccination? This is something that governments across the world want to learn. They will send their employees. Who will teach? One of them. One of them. Correct? While the employees are here on training, their salary is getting due accrued in India. It is possible they get paid also in India. But we don't want tax. समझा क्या? So that is your 10-6. And what is common in all the 4 points that I did with you? All of them are non-citizen. Correct? Chal. Let's go ahead. We are still in section 10. Listen. Throughout the chapter we are going to be in section 10. Okay. Compensation received from government on account of natural के man-made disaster, Disaster compensation. Disaster compensation. It can be natural, it can be man-made. It is a disaster or it is a compensation. ऐसा heavy words they have used in the law. Catastrophe. How do you pronounce it? Catastrophe or catastrophe? मैं भी इसको पूछ रहा हूँ. लक्षद्वीप बोलता है, उसको पूछ रहा हूँ. हाँ. एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ इंग्लिश वालों. लिसन. Earthquake, tsunami, floods, hurricane. That's natural or man-made disaster. Riots, war, people staying in border areas are in constant trouble during war times. Border movie देखा है सनी देओल का? You seen border movie? क्या बात कर रहे हो? Are you kidding? One of the best movies ever made in Indian cinema. And it will give rise, and next time when there is 15th August or 26th January, flip the channels, किसी ना किसी पे तो रहेगा. पक्का. अभी तो I would have in some of my lecture asked you कि have you seen Mahabharata on TV? एकता कपूर वाला नहीं. How? Oh, हाँ, सुबह रामायण शाम को महाभारत. सुबह how brothers live in harmony and शाम को how brothers fight. Full you have seen all 100 episodes. मतलब episodes ज़्यादा था, but till war. In comparison between Ramayana and Mahabharata also, no. I believe that in the history of Indian television, the best TV serial ever made is Mahabharata. And not Ekta Kapoor wala. That old wala Mahabharata, which first released in 1988. And then there were multiple retelecasts. Matlab 2 years tak it went off. After 2 years all episodes got over. Then they restarted it. And every time it was telecast on TV, the producer, he had to make it only once, but he got paid every time. And even today there is this YouTube channel called Pan Studio. इसके चैनल पे जाओ, फुल महाभारत दे हैव अपलोडेड all episodes. बस देखना 1.5x, because in the speed in which they talk you will not able to watch. Okay, so 1.5x. I think this is the best. Surprising है, but all thanks to the lockdown. Super. मतलब एक message, एक dialogue. I don't think that an actor's detailing was super. अभी पॉइंट पे आते हैं. I was talking about border movie. People staying in border areas. Literally when the war was declared, Sunny Deol is running around the village. अरे खाली करो, तुमको कब से बोल रहा हूँ खाली करो, कब से बोल रहा हूँ गाँव खाली करो, कब से बोल रहा हूँ गाँव. Because when war is declared, तो वहां से फायरिंग होगा. It is going to injure civilians. It is going to destroy their houses also. You understand? Starting में Sunny Deol sends Sunil Shetty that गाँव वालों को बोलो to vacate it. Why? Because Sunil Shetty is a localite. He knows the local language. People feel comfortable. So that गाँव वाला is asking Sunil Shetty that झगड़ा तो फौज का है, हम क्यों खाली करें? क्वेश्चन समझा? सुनील शेट्टी बोलता है दुश्मन का गोला एड्रेस पूछ के नहीं आता है. It will just come and hit you. That's man-made disaster. Whether natural disaster or man-made disaster, there will be loss of human life. There will be loss or destruction of property, loss or destruction of environment. क्या क्या चीज हो सकता है? Loss of human life, loss of property, loss बोलेंगे या deterioration, degradation of environment, but loss भी बोल दो तो चलेगा to understand in simple language. And for this the government will give you mitro compensation, exempt. To give you an example, you may not even be aware of this. वाह रे वाह. हाउ? स्कूल में था, ईवीएस में भी था, हिस्ट्री में भी था, एंड साइंस में. You know this. Bhopal gas tragedy. Many people say that that particular area, newborn kids even today have some defects. And the guy Anderson who was responsible for it, ऐसा बोला जाता 1984. This is 1984. You were there? Yeah, I was also not there. 84. I was also not there. Not even planned. I was not there, but people say that Anderson fled the country with support of the then Prime Minister, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. He was an Italian. So for obvious reasons, he was allowed. I don't vouch for the authenticity. Let's not discuss politics. You may have all your inclinations. In a democracy, we are free to have our political inclinations. But this was only an example. Is that understood? Acha, listen. We are skipping. मतलब 10-6 क्या ना? 10-7 I didn't do. क्योंकि वो सैलरी में होगा. Listen. There is 10-10 gratuity, 10-10A pension, 10-10 AA leave encashment, 10-10B retrenchment compensation, 10-10C VRS. Whatever is related to salary chapter will be taught to you in salary chapter. We are learning your what? Independent provisions. Next independent section 10 का subsection that we will be doing. Section 10, 10D. इसके बाद भी listen, there is 10, 11, 10, 12. It will come in salary. There is 10, 11A that I will do in deductions chapter. 10, 13, 10, 13A, 10, 14 that I will do in salary. So after 10, 10D, I will directly go to 10, 15, 10, 15, 10, 16 and so on. So in case you come across any subsection or clause of section 10, which we may not have discussed in exempt income, so you just relax because it is going to get covered in some chapter on the other. 10, 10D. Congratulations. Ask why. Receipt from life insurance company. Life insurance company is paying money. That means somebody is receiving. And by the way, it is not LIC. There are some idiots. You know what they say? LIC. Arey kya LIC? LIC is an example of a company doing life insurance. HDFC Life also is life insurance. ICAI Prudential is also life insurance. You being in a professional course cannot talk like that, okay? Abhi I'll tell you some more things which people say. You will hear this from your illiterate Guju relatives. Who has Guju relatives by the way? You. No? Achha, you are also Maharashtrian. Okay. All our illiterate Marwadi, Gujarati, Marathi relatives. What they speak, I will tell you sometime. के बाद में. Focus करो. Life insurance is what concept? See, unless you understand what is this concept, why someone will pay you, you will not understand what is exempt and what is taxed. What is life insurance? You are supposedly the only earning member of your family. So today your income is taking care of your family expense. But what if something happens to you? Does death give a prior announcement 6 months? I am coming, be prepared. नहीं, you know, मस्त होता है एक दवाई का पैकेट के जैसे ह्यूमन बींग्स ऑल्सो आर बॉर्न विद एन एक्सपायरी डेट. मतलब गॉड हैज रिटन पैर के साइड में किधर इसका डेट 28/9/22. ह्यूमन बींग्स डोंट कम विद एन एक्सपायरी डेट, नो. सो death makes prior announcement or just one day comes surprise, I am here. Chal bro, time to go. Let's go. बराबर ना? हाँ. You please secure the life of your family after you, because if something happens to you, see, human life का कोई replacement नहीं. But if money is there, no, it can at least give you the stamina to tolerate the pain. Imagine, family member lost and no money also. अक्षय कुमार का मूवी देखा है गब्बर इज बैक? देखा है? नो, देयर इज अ पर्सन हु हैज डाइड. हाँ, तो वो 50 लाख वो डाइड है नो, तो उसको बीएमसी हॉस्पिटल हैज डिक्लेयर्ड डेड. बट टू सी प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स का स्कैम, अक्षय कुमार टेक्स दैट बॉडी टू अ प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल एंड देन ही सेज कि आपको जितना पैसा चाहिए मेरे भाई को बचा लो. ही डज नॉट इवन नो दैट गाय, मेरे भाई को बचा लो. प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल है, अंदर लेके जाके दे सी के भाई तो पेशेंट इज डेड. देन दे स्टिल से नहीं ये दवाई ये दो, बड़ा डॉक्टर इज लाइक बड़ा डॉक्टर का बहुत महंगा फीस है. नहीं नहीं, अक्षय कुमार भी लाइक चलेगा, नो प्रॉब्लम. ओके, एंड देन व्हेन द बॉडी स्टार्ट्स डिटियोरेटिंग, वो अचानक से आके नाउ दे से इट इज टाइम टू ओपन, कि जितना कलेक्शन हो गया. देन अक्षय कुमार टेल्स दैट गाय का डॉटर के तो वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करना. एंड देन वो देखता है कि साला पेशेंट तो 6 घंटे पहले मर गया है, व्हाट आर यू डूइंग, यू नो दैट. देन अक्षय कुमार गिव्स वन मैसेज टू दैट लेडी, दैट गाय हु डाइड नो, उसकी वाइफ को, कि आई कांट ब्रिंग योर हस्बैंड बैक, बट इस हॉस्पिटल से जो पैसा मिलेगा दैट कैन एटलीस्ट हेल्प यू टू टेक केयर ऑफ योर चिल्ड्रन. सी दैट लेडी का हस्बैंड 50 लाख रुपया ही टेक्स फ्रॉम द हॉस्पिटल. दैट लेडी का हस्बैंड डिड नॉट हैव लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, बट शी गॉट अक्षय कुमार. एवरी लेडी के लाइफ में अक्षय कुमार विल नॉट कम. ओके, और a couple of generations before us it was more difficult. Now thankfully our women are also educated enough that if something happens to the husband they can take पूरा का पूरा care of their entire family as far as professional income is concerned. but 2 generation पहले वैसे नहीं होता था. तो you please take insurance. Sir, what is insurance? You will pay something called a premium to the company. It is like your purchase cost of insurance. So every year you pay premium, and you will get insurance for a particular time. This is when you start your policy. Okay, every year premium. One day you have to pay your last payment. This is basically you making a payment to buy insurance. What is premium? Payment made to buy an insurance policy. And what do you get with this policy? During the life of the policy, if the policy holder dies, 1, then no need to pay the balance premium. 2, the nominee, which is most cases the spouse or the children, will be getting a massive payment from the insurance company, and that is called claim. So what we pay is to the company, we pay premium, and when we get money we call it claim. And if you talk about it from the company's perspective, premium goes in income and claim goes in expense. You have final accounts of insurance companies in accounts now, because when we used to study it was there. Some years ago students told me that it is removed from inter का syllabus. Not there advanced accounting में नहीं है. फाइनल अकाउंट्स क्या है? यू अंडरस्टूड प्रीमियम इज इनकम, क्लेम इज एक्सपेंस. ओके, तो वंस द पॉलिसी होल्डर डाइज द नॉमिनी विल गेट मनी. बट द क्वेश्चन इज दिस, ड्यूरिंग द पॉलिसी लाइफ, टेन्योर ऑफ द पॉलिसी, 10 year पॉलिसी, 20 year पॉलिसी, मरना कंपल्सरी नहीं, यू हैव टू डाई. बस नहीं, if you don't die during the policy period, then at the end of the policy life you get still a lump sum payment from the company, that is called maturity proceeds of my policy. My policy has matured. So insurance company will pay you on 2 occasions, in case of death to the nominee, and in case of maturity to the policy holder himself, because he is alive. This is the whole thing called life insurance. Don't talk from the company's point of view. Now we are talking about the investor point of view. What is he purchasing? An insurance policy. What is the expense incurred to purchase an insurance policy? Premium. So what do we receive? Which receipt are we talking about? Which receipt? That means we are talking about the claim received from the insurance company. Mitro, yes or no? This claim that we receive can be received on 2 occasions. on the occasion of death. This obviously can't go to the policy holder. This will go to the nominee. So this is whose income? Whose bank account? Nominee ka bank account. You have to nominate someone when you buy the policy at that time itself. And second occasion, dying is not compulsory. Maturity. And we have to discuss whether this is exempt or taxable. See, section 10 में मतलब something is exempt. तो जाओ next section पे चलो. नहीं, death पे exempt है, maturity पे sometimes it is exempt. So we will have to learn when it is exempt, when it is taxable. आप समझा क्या? Death cases. Congratulations. Fully exempt without any condition. Fully exempt. Always. No condition, no magajmari, no kit, no jig. Always exempt, fully exempt. When insurance company pays anyone on the occasion of death, they will transfer money in your bank account. Then they will send you a letter home. We have transferred this payment in your bank account on this date. As it is a payment because of death, it will be exempt for tax purposes. Under section 1010D, kindly retain this letter for tax purposes. Earlier days. These days it is not required. Because insurance company will file a form and tell the income tax department that we have paid this person on the occasion of death. And in the income tax ka software, automatically it will show that it was a death wala payment received and you don't have to pay tax. The softwares have become digitalized, all the processes have become digitalized. So now you don't have to keep that letter or still they send, but for the sake of formality they send. But if you don't have the letter, it is okay. If you receive payment on the occasion of death, it will be exempt. When? Always. What condition? No condition. Fully exempt always. Okay. But second case, you get money on maturity. देखो ये ना, it also depends on policy to policy. Let me be clear. When the agent will come to you, no, he will explain what are the benefits of this policy. An insurance agent is someone who will convince you about the benefits of your death. You all invested in LIC का shares? You all are under 18. नहीं? मिला allotment? How? I asked about issue of shares. LIC of India launched an IPO. IPO समझते हो? To raise money from the public. Every time there is an IPO, you have to make an application. Okay, please allot shares. Since the time I have started investing in shares, never, not a single IPO में I got allotment. आपको पता है ना? Allotment may happen. If not, then they return your money. Share application money. या pro rata भी देखी. You know all this. Correct है. Not a single. मतलब the IPO rejections were more than my college day का rejections. Seriously. LIC का लग गया है. First time in my life. और जिस दिन लगा ना, that day only I was aware कि ये पक्का डूबाएगा. It is 30% below the issue price now. 30% below the issue price. Basically, LIC proves that जिंदा में तो you can't take benefit from me. To take benefit from me, you have to first die. It depends from policy to policy. Market में insurance companies sell अलग-अलग type का policy. There is a policy which gives only death benefit. मतलब they don't provide only this. They say that during the policy tenure, if you die, we pay you. Otherwise, we don't pay you. That is famously known as term insurance. Term insurance मतलब no maturity value. It is my humble suggestion. Your generation is not used to taking suggestions from people, but it is my humble suggestion. That day when you start earning your income, someday, come on, you will start earning your income. First thing that you will do in your life is buy term insurance. First time you get income in life, buy term insurance. I made a very, very big mistake of buying term insurance very late in my life. So I took term insurance somewhere at the age of 30. It's term insurance of 1 crore rupees. If I die, my family gets 1 crore and I pay about 15,000 premium per annum. My brother is 5 years younger than me. He took term insurance almost about the same time when I took it. I am paying 15,000 per annum. He is paying 17,000 per annum. 2 crore ka insurance. So the higher your age, the higher your premium and lower your principal, the insured value. So I regret not taking it on time. And then that agent, no, he is my wife ke brother ka friend. I told him, bro, 1 crore is not enough in today's life. If I die today, we are teachers. No gratuity, no pension, no retirement benefit. Government employee jitna peace. We don't have utna peace as much as government employees do in their life. Okay. Private sector mein you leave the job, matlab you have died for your employer. Then they are not going to care about family or anything. I said, bro, 1 crore is not enough. Kam se kam 5 crore karke. He said, I'll try. He said, premium zyada aayega. It will be 1 lakh ke upar per annum. I said, chalega. How many ever years I have in my life? Chalega. Those many years I have to pay 1 lakh. It still won't be 500 years. No, because 5 crore pahunchne ke liye I have to live for 500 years from today. So 1 lakh I will pay, 1 lakh, 2 lakh bhi hoega to I will pay, because I don't have 250 years also. I know. I believe next 10-15 years bhi nikal gaya to bahut hai. In our family no one survives beyond 50 anyways. तो टारगेट कुछ ज्यादा लाइफ में है भी नहीं. ओके 15 साल भी निकल गया तो आई एम इन बोनस ओनली इन एनी केस. तो 15 साल का क्या होएगा? 20 लाख 25 लाख हाईएस्ट. व्हाट एल्स? आई सेड गिव इट टू मी, आई वांट दिस. तो ही सेड मेडिकल टेस्ट वापस होगा. If you are taking such a massive amount of insurance, compulsory medical test, because some people what they are terminally ill, जानबूझ के they buy the policy, they die where because they know that they are going to die. तो बेसिकली वो बाबू भैया ने बोला था ना, मैंने डोमिनोज वाले का कर डाला, अपन ने इधर इंश्योरेंस कंपनी का कर डाला. You understood? So that guy came for medical test. BP high, overweight. कोविड के लॉकडाउन के अंदर इफ ही कम्स एंड टेक्स वेट तो वो ओवरवेट ही होने वाला था ना. आई एम स्ट्रगलिंग हार्ड टू रिड्यूस इट. नाउ पॉलिसी गॉट रिजेक्टेड बिकॉज अकॉर्डिंग टू इंश्योरेंस कंपनी लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी नहीं है. बोला तभी तो ले रहा हूँ पॉलिसी. देन आई टोल्ड हिम ब्रो, ही सेड के ही इज आल्सो फ्रॉम कोलकाता नो. ही सेड के अभी आप नेक्स्ट कभी आ रहे हैं? मैं बोला सितंबर लास्ट वीक में आ रहा है. बोला आप चिंता मत करो, यू जस्ट कम हियर, my staff will come and take live photo. तो ट्रैफिक वायोलेशन का कैसा लाइव फोटो लेना पड़ता है. आई विल एंश्योर दैट यू गेट द पॉलिसी विदाउट एनी मेडिकल टेस्ट. इंडिया है ना आफ्टर ऑल. इंडिया कोई टेस्ट देने का जरूरत नहीं और पॉलिसी विल कम होम. मेरा गारंटी है, मेरा गारंटी है. दिस इज टर्म इंश्योरेंस. नो मैच्योरिटी बेनिफिट. क्या बोला मित्रों? नो मैच्योरिटी बेनिफिट, ओनली डेथ बेनिफिट. दैट इज कॉल्ड टर्म इंश्योरेंस. ओके. इंश्योरेंस है तो डेथ विल ऑलवेज बी देयर, बट मेच्योरिटी इज देयर और नॉट देयर. ओनली टर्म इंश्योरेंस, ओनली दिस बेनिफिट. दैट मीन मनी विल बी रिसीव्ड ओनली एट द टाइम ऑफ डेथ. व्हाट इज द टैक्स ट्रीटमेंट? exempt. What is the condition? No condition. And when will it be exempt? Always exempt. Correct? But there will be some policies which give you maturity value. Premium obviously will be higher. In policies which have maturity value, no, 3-4 lakh ka policy ka premium comes to 20-30,000 rupees. Because they are going to give you fixed amount later. No, whether you die or you don't die, there is a guarantee. No? In term plan, there is no guarantee, but here it is, you know, it is like a combination of insurance and investment. Some insurance companies sell something called fixed income plan. That these many years you pay premium, say 20 years, 30 years. After that, every year the company will give you this much. That is like a fixed income plan. After retirement, you can get fixed income because everyone is not a government employee. Everyone does not have the privilege of getting pension after retirement. It depends on policy ka terms kya hai, what you have purchased. But effectively, you get money on two occasions. Death or maturity. Death cases fully exempt. Maturity cases, fully exempt. क्या इतना पका रहा था? So you could have told in the beginning also, without telling us the breakup. Listen, खत्म नहीं हुआ है. When this is fully exempt, here they have given us the word if. मतलब condition given here, fulfill the condition, so it will be exempt. Otherwise, taxable. Fulfill the condition, so exempt. Don't fulfill the condition and money received on death, always exempt. No condition. So don't get confused. This is ICAI. This is a CA. They will not ask you सीधा question. They will ask you टेढ़ा question. They don't expect straightforward. मतलब they will not see whether you know the law. They will see whether you are reading the question properly. They will give you a situation where condition is not fulfilled. Because condition fulfilled nahi hua, you are taxable. But the situation is death ka situation. So they are putting a trick in the question. Studying direct tax is like getting married. Every time you think you are right, she will find out some mistake. She who? ICAI, it is our mother body, no? So basically, trick question. They want you to make a mistake. They will play these dirty games with you. You don't fall for their tricks, no? Don't allow them to trick you. No? Why are you allowing? Mistake आपका है ना bro. अरे आप समझा क्या? तो condition is only under maturity. There is no condition for death cases. Clear? What is the condition under maturity? You stay within your limits. तू हंसा क्यों यार? You gave it away. Because he laughed. No, I could not control myself. मेरा भी ऐसे निकल गया. नहीं तो ड्रामा थोड़ा चला था. ऐसे. अभी क्या है? ऐसा like little. You stay within your limits, हाँ? क्लास में सन्नाटा. सब डर गया. Yeah, I am shouting at him. Others are scared. क्या हुआ क्या? He must have done something. But the point is, ऐसा बोल के when there is सन्नाटा, you stay within your limits. ऐसा हम प्रीमियम को बोल रहे हैं. The premium has to be within the limit. But clever guy, instead of getting scared, he laughed. That gave it away. I think he got it कि कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे टाइम पास कर. The premium has to be within the limit. There is a limit prescribed for the premium. If your premium is within this limit, to exempt. If your premium is more than this limit, to taxable. If your premium is within the limit, to exempt. If your premium is more than the limit, death cases still exempt. They will give you a question where premium is more than limit. Everyone will learn. No, मैं CA का student है. इतना sincerely तो they will take it. Limit everyone will love. Everyone will learn. But they will ask you death. And premium is more than the limit. See, premium is within the limit, it becomes a simple question. Premium is more than the limit and it is maturity. So it will become taxable, it becomes a simple question. But premium is more than limit and then asking on death. If you don't read the question properly, answer do na. Exam. So premium should be within the limit, for which you have to go and check the date of issue of policy, the date of issue of policy. If your policy was taken up to 31st March 2012, that means, can I say previous year 11-12? 2012. So the premium can be maximum 20% of sum assured. Sum assured, in insurance language we call it sum assured. In common language you can also call it Policy value. Wait please. I have to explain to you part by part. We are doing maturity cases. Maturity cases may will grant you exemption with the condition that the premium has to be within the limit. If your premium is within the limit, though, you'll get the exemption. What is the limit? Go and check when was the policy issued. Any policy issued during 11-12 or before that, up to bola means 11-12, 10-11, 8-9, 9-10, 7-8. So what is the limit? 20%. 20% pe wait. Aage ka I will explain what is sum assured and all that. That I will explain. But first question that arises is, sir, tum kya pagal hai kya? Which date you are talking about? 11-12 or before that? Today we are in 22-23. Never say 22 or 21. When I ask you today ka year, it means 22-23. And this is 11-12. Right now, iska relevance hai. When did we start our policy? Policy you take once now. You pay premium for 10 years, 20 years, and then maturity happens. We don't have to see the year of maturity. That is today, 22-23. For it to be asked in your question, this receipt has to be in 22-23 for it to be asked in your exam ka question. We don't have to see the year of maturity, which is today. We have to see when did you start the policy. Is it possible that in 2008-9 you started a 20-year policy and that is still going on? So you will apply 20% limit. We don't have to see what is today ka date. We have to see the date of issue. Matlab, when did you start your policy? When did you pay your first premium on the policy? Samjha? So the limit of 11-12 ka relevance today. Hey, you have to see the date of issue of policy. Any policy issued up to 11-12, 31st March 12. What is the threshold? When we say stay within your limits, Mr. Premium, what is that limit? 20%. 20% of sum assured. Now let's discuss what is this sum assured, because once we know what is sum assured, then we can discuss the 20% ka calculation. Policy value. Now I talk about apna illiterate relatives. Remember, I was talking about illiterate relatives. You will hear them saying, "Mari 5 lakh ni LIC che." Some are like, "Sir, you say illiterate relatives and then you talk in Gujarati. That means indirectly what you are trying to say." I'll translate for those who did not understand. They say, "I have 5 lakh ka LIC." Pehli baat to, you don't have LIC, you have a policy. LIC is not yours. Second, LIC का net worth is not 5 lakh. LIC का company का value is not 5 lakh. Net worth समझते? 5 lakh नहीं LIC. What that person is trying to basically say is, I have taken an insurance policy where if I die, my family will get a guaranteed sum of 5 lakh. That's called sum assured. May insurance company, you public. Hi public. Well, hi insurance company. Buy this policy from me. Matlab you will give me premium. If you die, this much minimum I will pay your family. That's the guarantee they are giving. That's the sum assured. The policy value. उस policy value का maximum 20% should be your premium. So let's take an example. कितने का policy you have taken? What is the guarantee that you want to give your family? 5 lakhs. ठीक है. So what is 20%? 1 lakh. If your premium is 1 lakh or less, is it within the limit? This exempt, this exempt. If your premium is 1 lakh and 5,000, taxable, exempt. Death case is exempt. Correct? This will be taxable, this will be exempt. So, what is the limit on the premium? 20% of the sum assured. What is sum assured, you understood? And how to check the limit? Any policy issued on or after, अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है. You were like के बाद में पॉलिसी हुआ तो what will happen? Don't ask. Wait, let me complete. Any policy issued on or after 1/4/2012. Bro, 12/13 has come after 11/12. 11/12 is gone many years ago. That means if I take a policy in 12/13, 13/14, 14/15, 15/16, 16/17, but 20 cannot apply to me. Up to no. So last year which fell in this upper wala is 11/12. Now maximum 10% of sum assured. 10%. What is the maximum allowed? 10% of your policy value. 10% of your sum assured. Let me explain. This amendment came in 2012 का बजट. 2012 में फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर प्रणव मुखर्जी जी said that I am reducing for the benefit of people of our country. People of our country today are paying up to 20% premium on their policies, but I reduce it from 20 to 10. That means I will not allow you more than 10. That means, listen, there are 10 insurance companies. They are all in competition with each other. If 10 is the limit, one of them will reduce. Okay, क्या है कि for exemption people will pay premium which is within the limit. This company reduced its premium. Then all companies have to reduce. So from that amendment onwards, insurance companies have started charging lower premium to people. Understood? So that was the logic here. But now let me explain the tax provision. Now what is the limit? 10. Today if you go and buy any policy, what is the limit? 10%. Today we are in 20 to 23, the exam ka applicable year, what is the limit? 10%. So this we have to learn or no? Yes. Because today there can be maturity of a policy taken in 11-12. And today there can be maturity of a 5-year policy taken in 17-18. If we took the policy in 17-18, we will apply this limit. And if we took the policy in 12-13, we will 11-12, we will apply this limit. When we started our policy, when we paid our first premium, at that time what was the prevailing limit? Though it was changed in 2012 budget, but it was a prospective amendment. Think about it. You do a contract with insurance company of 15% because it was within the 20 ka limit. Once you start that contract, till the time your policy is going on, every year you will have to pay that. One day government reduced the limit. So that can apply only for people who buy new policies. Jo existing hai, that will continue, no? And thus, for existing policies, even today we continue to allow 20, and for new policies taken from 12-13 onwards, that is 1/4-12 onwards, we will allow only 10%. Now if we take the same policy value, see, supposingly earlier example you took 5 lakh ka policy and the premium was 90,000. Death, maturity both exempt. But now if we take 5 lakh ka policy and the premium is 90,000, death exempt, maturity exempt. Understood the impact of reduction? And now that it is taxable, then people will not buy such a policy. The company has to reduce its premium. And this gave that advantage to the policy holders only, effectively, that they will get policies at lower premiums. So what was the initial limit for getting exemption of 1010D? On maturity cases, 20%. But subsequently it reduced to 10%. This 20 or 10 you will apply on the guaranteed value, the sum assured, the policy value. But after this was reduced, do you understand, insurance companies started getting less income? Because people will pay less. Insurance companies raised an objection before the government. They said, sir, there are two people. One is a perfectly healthy individual. He will buy my policy. I can now charge only 10 because if I charge more than 10, he loses benefit. He will not take my policy. No problem, sir. There is another person who is disabled, physical, mental, anything. These people have lower life expectancy compared to others. People who suffer from disability, it is understood, known, assumed that they will die at an early age. They don't live for very long. Do you know that? That means the liability on the insurance company to pay will come earlier than normal people. That means the insurance company will get premium for less number of years. Sir, 20 mein chalta tha. Even if we had to pay early, no, we were getting 20. But now people are not paying us more than 10. And for disabled people, that is too less, sir. And इसीलिए मित्रों, in the very next budget, this was 2012 budget amendment. In the very next budget of 2013, again an amendment was brought. Any policy taken, matlab we are still not interested in today. Today is only maturity. We have to see when it was started. Policy taken on or after 1/4/13. That's very next year. And this policy is taken for someone who is disabled or a handicapped. It can be physical or mental. We are increasing the limit to maximum 15% of the summation. So any policy taken from 13, 14 onwards, it will become 15% of the summation. Only the policies which are taken for policy holders who are disabled, suffering from disability, who are handicapped, only for them. समझा क्या? Let me see what have you understood. So for people who are not disabled, normal people like you, how many limits? 2. It will depend on the year in which you are getting your maturity, 20 to 23. No! It will depend on when you started. Your mistake, no, then you can't throw things in frustration. Mistake aapka tha. It will depend on the year of maturity. No, it will depend on start of policy. Earlier 20, now 10. Normal people. Khatam. But if it is someone like me, हाँ भले तुम आफ्टर एवरी टैक्स लेक्चर जाते जाते एक दूसरे के नाम काय मानो पाए पागल, तुम्हारे बोलने से कोई पागल नहीं होगा. इनकम टैक्स बोलता है इफ यू आर डिसेबल्ड ऑल्सो नो यू नीड सर्टिफिकेट. यू कांट जस्ट से डिसेबल्ड, क्योंकि क्या डिसेबल्ड पीपल गेट टैक्स बेनिफिट. हियर दे गेट हायर प्रीमियम का डिडक्शन, मतलब बेनिफिट के यू कैन पे 15 स्टिल गेट योर एग्जेम्पशन. वन मोर प्लेस इन इनकम टैक्स देयर आई विल टीच यू अ सेक्शन 80U. Section says any person suffering from disability, physical or mental, we give you deduction. पता है gross total income में से deductions? Yes. Life insurance premium, medical insurance premium. So one of them is 80U. If you are a person suffering from disability, you can subtract from your income 75,000 rupees. मतलब taxable income will reduce by 75,000. Normal disability. And if you are severely disabled, means your disability percentage is 80 or more, तो 1,25,000. Normal disability 75,000, severe disability 1 lakh, and that includes physical, mental, everything. Now I belong to the Marwadi community. If by calling myself pagal I start getting tax benefit, so I will go to my assessing officer. Hey yo, मैं तो पागल. I will start doing this in front of my ego nahi na when it comes to money. We are Marwadis. Absolutely no. Absolutely. पैसा दे रहा है कौन? If someone is giving, we take it. गाली भी दे रहा है ना, लिया थोड़ी कुछ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, chill एकदम, relax. Okay. So listen, you need to prove that you are disabled. For that you will need a certificate. So just because you after class call me pagal, I don't become pagal. तो मेरा भी 2 ही लिमिट है, 20 and 10. But anybody who has certificate of disability, physical or mental, so how many limits? 3. Up to 12, 13. Everyone 20, unka bhi 20. Up to 11, 12. In 11, 12. From 12, 13, for that 1 year, 12, 13. Any policy taken. Normal also 10 and handicapped also 10. And that 1 year created trouble. That is why the insurance companies told government to change. 13, 14 onwards, normal people will continue at 10%. Disabled ka quantum will change from 10 to 15. Matlab, any policy taken up to the previous year 11, 12, up to 31st March 12, you paid your first premium. So irrespective of who you are, what is the premium ka limit? 20%. Any policy taken during 12, 13, irrespective of who you are, doesn't make any difference. 10%. Any policy taken in 13, 14, come on, tell me. 2 possibilities. Possibility 1, normal. So what will happen? 10%. And disabled? 15%. Your premium has to be within this limit. If it is within the limit, death cases exempt. Maturity cases also exempt. And if your premium has exceeded the limit, death cases exempt. Maturity cases tax. Is that understood? That's your 1010D ka initial part. Is this clear? Death cases always exempt. Every year, insurance companies will take yearly and as per contract. See, fluctuation kya hoga? Either it will reduce or it will increase. Reduction company will not accept. And increase hoega, so company can't keep that risk on you, no? Imagine like a bank loan you have taken EMI bharte ho. You get a fixed EMI or floating EMI. Fixed EMI matlab whatever be the inflation rate, this much you will have to pay. But floating EMI mein what will happen? Achanak se they will increase your EMIs. One change in the RBI policy, it will increase. So people avoid that and take that fixed wala EMI. So in insurance, bank loan is no compulsion, you have to take it. If you need to buy something. Insurance is not compulsory. So when the company will approach you with a policy, they will tell you every year आपको इतना ही भरना है, लेकिन इतना सारा benefit मिलेगा. Sometimes there are policies called single pay. Pay one time and then no need to pay anything. Of course, that amount is very high, goes without saying. There are such policies also. Okay, but one thing is for sure, that once the company will sell you a policy, it will not increase the premium. It can never increase. If they have to increase, they sell you another policy with higher premium. So many a times LIC is an example of an insurance company. It discontinues some of its existing plans. That means now you can't buy that policy. Whether it is Jivan Akshay ke Jivan Ye ke Jivan Wo, you can't buy that. But those who have already taken, their policies will continue. Samjhe? Okay. So this was the initial discussion of 1010D. Then under the maturity part, last year an amendment took place. Last year ka budget. So current year there is no amendment. Last year, previous year 21-20. If the policy is something called ULIP. ULIP ka full form is Unit Linked Insurance Plan. And if I have to give you simple meaning of what is ULIP, this is a combo of insurance and investment. That's ULIP for you. A combination of insurance and investment. Unit Linked Insurance Plan. This is famously known as. Sir, ye kya hota? Sir, here, acha, by the way, tax effect comes later. First you take the policy, no? While selling you the policy, the insurance company will clearly tell you that you will pay premium. That premium ka money we will invest in some company or mutual fund. That's how they make money. Nahi to premium is chintu and claims are massive. How do they make money? They invest your amount further in companies, in mutual fund. We will buy units of mutual fund. We will buy kya? Mutual fund ka unit. See, if you have knowledge of companies, you directly go and buy the share. But if you don't have knowledge of stock markets, then you preferably buy units of mutual fund. All illiterate investors will buy those units. But mutual fund is run by intelligent fund managers. They have knowledge of finance. So they will diversify your portfolio into अलग-अलग थोड़ा investment in this company. You know, you should always distribute yourself, diversify yourself, never depend on one source. I have got 10 sources of income, and if teaching is one of my sources, in teaching also I at least work with 6 organizations at one time. That's diversification. Never depend on one source. देखिए, I am खोपड़ी सटके. You understand? उसका मीनिंग पागल घिसक गया कभी. I don't want to work. If you have only one source of income, then उधर जाके you can't say I don't want to work. आप समझा क्या? तो that मेरे kind of nature में multiple sources at any point of time are required. So this company, the mutual fund, will invest in अलग अलग company का shares. Some expensive shares, some less expensive shares, some risky shares, some less risky shares, so that your portfolio is divided. In a company, we issue shares and the owners are called shareholders. A mutual fund issues similar to shares, we call them units, and the owners are called unit holder. Just like shareholder is owner of a company, unit holder is owner of a mutual fund. You know about mutual fund except the fact that they are subject to market risk and you have to read offer document carefully before investing. That is mutual fund. So this insurance company is going to invest further in units. And what kind of promise they make? See, we invest your money in units. वो units का market value will increase. So we will give you higher money at the time of maturity. Death cases will remain exempt. Death cases का story is over. If you die, this is the guaranteed amount that we will give. But in case of maturity, at the time of maturity, we will see the value of the unit where we have invested. If that unit का value has become double, triple, 4 times, so we will also give you उतना policy value, मतलब उतना maturity value. But is it possible that unit का value has fallen? Honestly speaking, long run में it will never happen. If you buy a unit and you just check the value after 2 days, 3 days, some people check after every few hours. That temptation, no, there is no control. The temptation is every morning 9:15 to 3:30 तक. Temptation है ना, उसका कोई control नहीं है. So as a rule I have made, if class is going on, to hell with market goes up or market goes down. If I have to pass any entry that this price pay I want to purchase or sell, between 2 lectures I put that transaction. Sometimes it happens I want to buy a share at 13.99. वो 1399.50 आया था. I could have purchased, 50 पैसे में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But I have put the entry and I have entered my class. Now whether it comes at my price, then it is my share. Otherwise it is not my share. Same happens. नहीं तो क्या होएगा पता है? If the mind is completely your no, then I will not be able to do justice also. Some are like, sir 4:30 बजे का lecture आप ले लो, तो you do justice with your trading activities also. But 4:30 का lecture लेके फिर then 9 o'clock तक करना. And I am already working since 6 o'clock के पहले तो I leave my house and I am up at 4:30. तो then it becomes a little difficult. 9:30 is my sleeping time. So it becomes, इसके लिए I don't take the second half वाला lecture. Okay? तो insurance company आपको guarantee देगा that if the value goes very up, तो we give you उतना extra benefit. But if the value falls, which happens in markets, short run में every few hours if you check, so it will go down. But if you check after 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and that is going to be minimum 10 year of the policy. So long run में if you observe any mutual fund, उसका value is going to increase only. So you get that extra benefit. In case it falls, don't worry, this much guarantee. There is always a guaranteed amount. So you see, total premium that I will pay, उसमें minimum this much guarantee I am getting, this much death benefit I am getting, plus profit हुआ तो आपका. So this is basically वो partners in profit, partner in profit होता है ना, in partnership. If there is extra profit, you get it, but if there is loss, then also you get your minimum. But you buy policy. That's the problem of insurance companies. Please anyhow buy policy. Because their calculation is also this. People can buy policy now. After 2-3 years, if you don't have money, you stop paying premium, automatically your policy will lapse. So whatever you paid over the years, वो पूरा उनका. They don't have to pay only anything to you. Such policies are called unit linked insurance plan. Based on the value of unit, the value of your policy will change. That means you understand. In short, I explained that this is a combination of insurance and investment. On one hand, it is giving you insurance. On the other hand, based on what is the market value of the units, you get investment benefit also. This is a little expensive policy considering the amount of benefits that the policy is giving you. The premium in comparison with term plans obviously will be higher. A term plan which is only giving death benefit and nothing if you don't die. The term plan may to be a beneficiary you have to first die. English thinking में तो मेरे wife के नाम पे दे. Term plan. So benefit comes to the nominee only if the policy holder dies. बराबर है कि नहीं? This is expensive because it gives you insurance and investment. There are people who are rich, who have a free money at their disposal. 10-20 lakh rupees, so they can spend like this only without asking anyone. They buy these expensive policies. They pay 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh ka premium. They get insurance ka benefit. And then they get investment ka benefit. Unit ka value will go up, I'll get the benefit. It will go down, I still have a security. They buy these policies. So obviously if their policy matures, it will be within the limit. Means whatever be their pocket ka capacity, they will not pay more than 20, 10 or 15, whatever is applicable to them. Normal people 20 or 10, disabled people only 15. That is what is applicable to them based on when they took the policy, not on maturity ka year. Within the limit if they buy, supposingly I buy a policy by paying 10 lakh ka premium. Policy ka value is 20 crore rupees. That means my 10 lakh is what? 0.5% of the policy value. Is it within the limit? The 0.5%, what are you even thinking? Do I need to even give you the date or whether I am disabled or not disabled? 0.5%. 10 lakh ka policy, 20 crore. 10 lakh ka premium, 20 crore ka policy. It is within the limit. Death or maturity, fully exempt. But these guys are rich, bro. There are people who don't earn 10 lakh in a year. There are people who don't earn 10 lakh in 3-4 years together. And he is paying only premium of life insurance because he is rich. We don't want to let such people take tax benefits. We will stop. If the ULIP is taken, you understood what is ULIP? And your premium is more than rupees 2,50,000. 3 lakh for example. 10 lakh, my example. Was it within the upper wala limit given 20, 10 or 15? Yes. But is it still more than 250? Yes. And this was issued on or after 1st February 21. Now this was important. Logical enough. In 2021 ka budget auntie said that from today, if you take expensive ULIP, I stop giving you tax benefits. What is the definition of expensive? Premium more than 250. You are buying a policy by paying more than 250. That 250 may be within the limit of 20, 10 and 15. In my example, 10 lakh was only 0.5%. It is within the limit. But such rich people who are paying such high premium, high ka definition is more than 250. And if the policy is issued on or after 1st February 21, because in case I have taken a ULIP in 2018, 19, 20 with 3 lakh ka premium, which is within 20, 10 or 15, that means I did not violate anything here. One day suddenly you will say that more than 250 ka not allowed. That's not my fault. My policy has to continue. Did I tell you that once you take the policy, then you have to continue? Yes or no? Then that means we will apply this only on like a prospective amendment. Only on these policies. That also if the premium is more than 2,50,000. If you are taking a ULIP and the premium is more than 250 and it is issued on or after 1st February 21. So whatever is your maturity, that will be taxable. And as a clarification, they also said taxable under capital gains. Matlab, we will treat, ध्यान से सुनना, without capital gain chapter also you will understand if you listen to me. We will treat that the insurance that you had purchased was a capital asset. The premium that you may have paid was your purchase price, and this money that you have got is your selling price, and the difference will be capital gains, but it will be taxable. Is my premium within the limit of 20, 10, 15? Yes, but if the premium is more than 2,50,000, so फिर I will not get the benefit. So in our example, what was the premium? 10 lakh. And what was the policy value? 20 crore. This was issued say on 1st March 21, and this is a ULIP. All the conditions fulfilled. On or after 1st Feb 21. In the nature of unit link insurance plan means higher the market value, higher the benefit. And premium is more than 250 if you see. This was one condition. This was one condition and this was one condition. Correct? Normally if this is within the limit of 20, 10, 5, तो earlier we were getting exemption. अगर मैं इसको change कर दूं, I make this 1 lakh and make this 2 crore. So then it will remain exempt on the basis of the above data. But this 10 lakh is more than 250, and therefore the maturity of 20 crore that I will get is going to become taxable under capital gains. Correct hai? So this is what they brought. That means now maturity of policies where your premium was more than 250 will no longer be exempt. But had this been received in a death case, I hope we are all very clear that the amendment targeted only maturity wala cases. Death cases were exempt, will continue to be exempt. Earlier exempt, now also exempt. Continue to be exempt. Is that clear? Absolutely. We live in a country called India. Okay. If I pay this for this value, despite being within 20, 10, 15, my 20 crore will be taxable. Abhi uska reason bolo. Because 10 lakh is more than 250. Very good. Despite being within the percentage wala limit, I am crossing the lump sum wala new limit introduced. India na boss. Take 4 policies. 1, 2, 3, 4. India na. Inter mein bhi people have this brain, so imagine final mein. And then imagine after CA. Then they will not want to learn the law, no, they will isko todne ka kaise. How to come out of it? 4 policies. 2.5 each. And 4 maturity values. 5 crore each. Within the limit of 20, 10, 5. Within the limit of 250, even if it is ULIP or full exempt. So, they know what you think. And thus, when this amendment was introduced, second amendment, if you take multiple policies, this is because of people like him. इज्जत के साथ we wanted to keep a case where 250 के ऊपर if you pay premium, then your policy maturity will be taxable. Death cases, see, we are being good with you. Death cases, we want to be with the family, fully exempt. Maturity may we will take tax. But they are very clever. Now they will split their premiums. So listen, if you take multiple policies, so maturity of those policies where premium up to rupees 2,50,000 will be exempt. Maturity of those policies where premium up to 2,50,000 is exempt. Supposingly, now we have 4 policies. Okay. ऐसा नहीं है कि because you have 4 policies you will not get exemption. Start picking up. First policy. What's the premium? 2,50,000. What's the maturity value? 5 crore. That premium is within the limit? Exempt. Have you taken the benefit of 250? So after this, after the first 2,50,000, it is going to be taxable. After the first 2,50,000, it is going to be taxable. second policy. It is 250. But have you already taken one policy का 250 का benefit? तो second policy में नहीं. Obviously. So now you do it for everyone in the family. Insurance companies do not sell policy to everyone. और फैमिली मेंबर का एज क्या है ना, that will also decide. You will get 5 crore का policy at 2.5. Someone else in the family will get only 1 crore का policy in 2.5. या 5 crore चाहिए तो 5 lakh, 10 lakh premium. It depends on the age of the policy holder, the person buying the policy. It depends on today. If you are 18, so insurance company expects you to pay premium for more number of years. But if today I am 34, so insurance company expects me to pay premium for less number of years. Difference समझते हो? Yes, you can take for everyone in your family, but if the company is willing to sell you the policy. Medical insurance we take, no, we get 15,000 rupees ka premium per annum. But if we take on our parents ka medical insurance, that goes to 40-50,000 rupees per annum. Because they being the probability, ye maths hai, statistics hai, the probability of them requiring treatment is higher. So obviously company will charge a higher. Samjha? There could have been further split, but point is that you have understood the concept. Abhi supposingly I split this 2.5 ka further into 1.25. So obviously maturity value will also split no into 2.5 crore. First policy 1.25 within the limit, yes. That 2.5 exempt. Second policy 1.25 within the limit, 1.25 plus 1.25, still I am not crossed the 250. Chalega. Second wala 2.5 also exempt. But now I have exhausted my 2.5 ka threshold, so now anything cannot be taken. Okay. So you take multiple policies also, but their total premium should not exceed 2,50,000. After exhausting 2,50,000, whether in one policy or multiple policies, thereafter any other maturity value is going to be taxable, even if it is within the limit of 20, 10 and 15, but not for death cases. Death cases were exempt, will continue to remain exempt. Only for ULIP, because ULIP only offers such benefits. Term insurance में, honestly speaking, 2.5 lakh का premium, मतलब the policy will be 30-40 crore rupees. Okay, 15,000 में 1 crore I am getting, and that also I took at the age of 28-30, so roughly. आप समझा? So, and term insurance does not have investment. Term insurance gives you money only if you die. And death wala cases we don't want to tax on them. Is that clear? कुछ भी ले सकते हो. It's like asking, can I take life insurance and medical insurance both? सर दोनों ले लिया तो अभी कार का इंश्योरेंस तो ले ही नहीं सकते. That depends on your choice. The more insurance you take, the higher premium also you have to pay. No? People don't see future benefit. People say आज कितना देना है. Human nature भी है ना. Is that understood? So, can we take exemption of multiple policies even after the amendment? But their individual premiums together should not exceed 250. The total premium should not exceed 250. Is that clear? Absolutely. ये था आपका 10-10D life insurance. One day you were asking me, sir, life insurance का क्या होता है? Maturity is mostly exempt, no? तभी I said नहीं, death is mostly exempt. Death is mostly नहीं, death is always exempt. And maturity may be mostly exempt, but subject to the condition. How could I, or how was it possible for me to discuss with you? It was not. Same is the case of gift provision, which I told you orally, but can't be discussed. Today, if you tell me, sir, what is TDS, tax deducted at source, there are 25 sections in TDS. So, I always tell final students also, small मिलाते जाओ, large बनाते जाओ. धीरे 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 keep on acquiring the knowledge. accumulate the knowledge. The cumulative knowledge is going to be always helping you. Okay, चलो आगे जाए. Next section. अच्छा, this was 10, 10D. इसके बाद आता है 10, 11, 10, 12, 10, 11A. But whatever will come in salary or any other chapter, we will skip them and directly go to 10, 15. That is exemption of interest income. If you are earning, कौन सा income? Interest income. If you are earning interest income, already interest income में one exemption तो we have studied. बोलो कौन सा? Non-resident external account, NRE. Now we have some more cases where interest is going to be exempt. If you are earning, these are all parts of 10, 15. If you are earning interest from post office saving account, कौन सा saving account? So first of all, your generation will have to know this, that bank में there are 4 types of accounts. What are the 4 types of accounts in bank? Savings, current, RD and FD. बराबर है? Savings account and current account are known as demand deposits. You can withdraw money whenever you want. मेरा पैसा दे, पैसा दे, पैसा दे, पैसा दे. वो अनुराधा को बोला, राजू पैसा दे, पैसा. You know Anuradha and Raju? You cannot not know them. If you don't know them, that means you are missing something in life. And current and savings हो गया. FD and RD are called time deposits. You start them and there is a fixed maturity date. Out of all the 4, only current does not pay any interest. It may not take interest also, but it does not give, except some small cooperative banks. Cooperative banks are very cooperative. So sometimes they end up paying some, very rarely. But people don't prefer having accounts in such banks because current account is like regular receive pay, receive pay, receive pay. And their processes are not so fast. Like इतना 0.5% से कम per annum है, उसके लिए people don't put their money only in those banks. But today, do you know that in our country, post offices are allowed to do banking business because it is difficult for your generation to even think about it. You can go and open a saving account in a post office, FD account in a post office. Do you know that? तो वो post office saving account के अंदर, if you have earned interest, मतलब बैंक के saving account में we are not giving it. There is no exemption. Post office saving account के अंदर, if you earn interest, is it possible it is an individual account? So the interest up to 3,500 rupees will be exempt. पूरे साल का. You earn 5,000, 1,500 taxable. You earn 10,000, 6,500 taxable. You earn 2,000. तो ऐसा मत बोलना कि 1,500 पे असेसिंग ऑफिसर विल पे टैक्स ऑन मैक्सिमम. अप टू बोला ना, up to 3,000. And is it possible that it's a joint account? In that case, interest up to 7,000 rupees will be exempt. So in case of individual account, it is going to be 3,500. In case of joint account, it is going to be 7,000 rupees, which will be exempt. In which saving account? तो सुन लो मित्रों, बैंक का सेविंग अकाउंट, यू डोंट गेट दिस एक्सेप्शन. बैंक का एफडी, बैंक का कोई भी अकाउंट में यू डोंट गेट दिस. पोस्ट ऑफिस इंस्टीट्यूट क्या करता है, दे लास्ट के पोस्ट ऑफिस एफडी अकाउंट. पोस्ट ऑफिस, ये पोस्ट ऑफिस में तो एग्जेम्पशन था. दे 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 दे. टेल मी व्हाट इज रॉन्ग इन दिस. व्हाट इज रॉन्ग? इट इज ओनली अवेलेबल फॉर सेविंग अकाउंट. बैंक का सेविंग अकाउंट, अरे अभी तो सेविंग है ना ब्रो. पक्का? तो इसका यू विल नॉट गेट, यू विल गेट ओनली पोस्ट ऑफिस का सेविंग अकाउंट, इंडिविजुअल अकाउंट में 7,500, जॉइंट अकाउंट में 3,000, इंडिविजुअल अकाउंट में 3,500, जॉइंट अकाउंट में 7,000. नेक्स्ट, पावली किसका गिरा? इंटरेस्ट ऑन notified government securities. First of all, you know what is this thing called GSEC, famously known as government securities. GSEC, कोई आइडिया नहीं भाई, कोई आइडिया नहीं भाई. लाइक सर्किट सेट मुन्ना, कोई आइडिया नहीं भाई. You know that shares, debentures are known as securities. You know that. तो वैसे ही गवर्नमेंट wants to raise money from you, तो हो गया ना फिर. Now understand, there are some sectors of the government where government wants to retain its ownership control. Government does not want to give you ownership. There are some such sectors in the industry. आपको ownership नहीं देना, पॉसिबल? ठीक है सर, बट वी स्टिल वॉन्ट योर मनी. रेलवेज, डिफेंस, गवर्नमेंट कांट इशू शेयर्स. सी, यू आर विलिंग, यू आर लाइक के इफ यू आर सेलिंग द ओनरशिप, आई एम रेडी टू बाय. LIC का बेचा ना, वेरी शेयर्स बेचा, ओनरशिप इज गिवन टू पब्लिक, दैट इज IPO. नो भरोसा नहीं, टुमारो इंडियन रेलवेज कैन बी सोल्ड. ताजमहल इज ऑलमोस्ट ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ गेटिंग सोल्ड, यू नो. नहीं मालूम? One lady journalist passed an awesome comment. She said the country is being run by 4 bujjus. 2 are selling everything, 2 are buying everything. क्या डेप्थ था ब्रो स्टेटमेंट के अंदर. 2 मिनट अरे हाँ यार, अरे हाँ, यू नो लाल कृष्ण आडवाणी जी ना, ही अप्रोच्ड, हाँ वो लाल, आई सेड लाल कृष्ण तो LK बोल के तुमने कोई अचीवमेंट नहीं किया. आडवाणी जी अप्रोच्ड वन बाबा, ला बाबा जी मेरा कुछ तो भला करो, मेरा कुछ भला नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ तो भला करो. आई एम ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ डाइंग, आई एम 94 नाउ. बोला आडवाणी जी एक आइडिया है, सरनेम में से V निकाल दो. पानी पीते पीते थूक मत देना उसके ऊपर. हाँ, तो गवर्नमेंट वांट्स टू रेज मनी फ्रॉम यू विदाउट मेकिंग यू शेयर होल्डर. इन अ सेक्टर लाइक रेलवे और डिफेंस, दे विल नॉट गिव यू ओनरशिप. तो क्या होएगा? दे विल रेज मनी बाय issuing debt securities. Debt securities मतलब you don't get ownership voting power, you will get fixed interest. Okay, but people will not be interested. Reason क्या होता है मालूम है? Government securities pay ridiculously low rate of interest. Ridiculous मतलब you know there are cases where they pay 5-6% per annum, 0.5% per month, 6% per annum. इससे अच्छा तो मैं इंटरेस्ट अर्न ही नहीं करूं. माई रुपीज माई इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड माई वेल्थ इज रिड्यूसिंग एट द एंड ऑफ मनी. ऐसा लगेगा कि 1 लाख पे आपको 6,000 मिला, एंड ऑफ द ईयर इट इज 1,06,000, बट इन्फ्लेशन की वजह से इट शुड हैव बीन 1,10,000. यू हैव लॉस्ट वेल्थ, बट गवर्नमेंट स्टिल वांट्स मनी. तो समटाइम्स व्हाट एवर गवर्नमेंट डज, इन सिक्योरिटीज को नोटिफाई कर देता है. व्हेनेवर गवर्नमेंट वांट्स टू रिलीज एनी नोटिफिकेशन, they release at a place called the official gazette. This will come again and again in your law syllabus, in your audit syllabus. What is official gazette? Official government announcements. If government wants to make any announcement, तो ऐसा आके घर घर आके सुन, ऐसा घर घर आके it will not make announcement. मोदी जी है, मोदी जी कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. यू कैन जस्ट सिंपली से 8 बजे आ रहा हूं. द मोमेंट ही चूजेस 8 बजे, अपने आप में इट क्रिएट सम काइंड ऑफ फियर. बट ही कैन से मोदी जी इज सेइंग दैट आई एम कमिंग एट 8 o'clock, तो He can come. बहुत बार तो he has done this also. February में budget is going to come, and 1st Jan को he is coming on national television and making announcements which actually should come as budget amendments. And then people make memes. कि मोदी जी ने पूरा बजट अनाउंस कर दिया 1 महीने पहले. आंटी इज थिंकिंग नाउ व्हाट विल आई डू. बट आंटी का तो हॉबी है अमेंडमेंट के अंदर भी शी ब्रिंग्स अमेंडमेंट. समझा? सो व्हेनेवर गवर्नमेंट हैज टू मेक. तुम्हारे स्कूल में यू नो सर्कुलर्स वर बीइंग इशूड. इट वाज गिवन टू एवरीवन साइन लेके आना. And sometimes there were some circulars where we don't need your sign, we just are informing you. So many a times तो हमारे स्कूल में तो क्या था पता. I don't know about your school. There was one mic in the principal का cabin. हाँ वही माइक बोला ना तो everyone understood. And there were speakers in every classroom, in the corridors, in the playground area, common area. हर जगह पे स्पीकर्स हैं. anyone speaking anything from the principal का केबिन, the whole school can hear. प्रिंसिपल ने उधर ही अनाउंस कर दिया. That means everyone has been communicated. Government can't do it like that. It has to be officially on record, and government will release its announcements in a place called official gazette. What is the gazette? A place where government announcements are released. And likewise, if you also undergo a name change, you must have seen newspaper announcements that I changed my name from so and so to so and so. You have to first give that announcement. It will be published in the Gazette. Then you have to give it in one English newspaper, one regional newspaper. That is where your name will be changed. Many a times if there is spelling mistake in your name, no, so these problems arise. At initial days you don't realize, but when you go into official work, no, the problem arises. When I had to make my passport for the first time, I came to know that my spelling in my birth certificate is wrong. I have been following one spelling since so many years. I don't know who went to register my name in birth certificate. If I had any idea, I would have gone at that time. कि मेरा ये spelling देखो, तो मेरा spelling ऐसा है कि multiple people spell in multiple ways. 10 people को you tell to spell my name, तो all 10 of them will spell it differently. बहुत बड़ा problem है. And I hate it when anyone misspells my name. बहुत गुस्सा आता है. But I can't help it. हाँ चेक कर ले, वो चेक कर ले. नहीं, in the book what is printed that I have only ensured it is correct. तो वही right spelling है. Okay. So listen. I had to give an announcement in the Gazette that I change my name. ये कौन लिखा है? मतलब the moment I saw my birth certificate, passport के टाइम पे बोला तेरी ये क्या है बे? सिद्धार्थ नहीं ना. How will there be? It has to be some family member जो पक्का मारवाड़ी था. But the birth certificate was Mumbai Municipal Corporation, no? उस टाइम पे it was BMC, Bombay Municipal Corporation. It later became MCGM. तो whoever went, no, वो फैमिली का कोई इलिटरेट था और मारवाड़ी एक्सेंट में क्या नाम रखा बच्चे का? सिद्धार्थ. Seriously man, if I find that person, no, so then I had to say I changed my name from this to my today का correct spelling. वो मैंने गजेट में दिया, इंग्लिश में प्रिंट कराया, हिंदी में. एंड देन एवरी टाइम देयर इज पासपोर्ट का वर्क, नो, आई हैड टू टेक दैट न्यूज. वो आज भी न्यूज़पेपर का कटिंग संभाल के रखा. Okay, so government makes such announcements and we also make our name change announcements and all in the Gazette. A Gazette is a place where government will release official notification. If they want to give you exemption, so they will announce that these securities are hereby notified. Consequently, the interest earned on these securities will be exempt from the levy of tax. Only notified securities. All government securities ka interest is not going to be exempt. Exemption will be available only if it is notified. Is that clear? Absolutely. And तीसरा, there is one more, but that will help you only in CA final. You can ignore that. तीसरा, interest that you have earned on deposit with offshore banking unit. इंग्लिश सर ऑफशोर बैंकिंग तक समझ में आ गया. नाउ व्हाट? सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बोलूं, फॉरेन ब्रांच ऑफ इंडियन बैंक, ऑफशोर बैंकिंग. ऑफशोर बैंकिंग यूनिट. इंडियन बैंक कैन हैव फॉरेन ब्रांचेस. इंडिया में है फॉरेन बैंक्स का ब्रांचेस है, सिटी बैंक का ब्रांचेस है. विच अदर बैंक इज फॉरेन बैंक? HSBC हांगकांग एंड शंघाई, ऐसा कुछ नाम है उसको. SBI फॉरेन बैंक, पता है ना? एनी अदर? स्टैंडर्ड चार्टर्ड इज अ फॉरेन बैंक, इज इट? बार्कलेज है. बहुत हो गया इतना एग्जाम्पल. तो लाइकवाइज इंडियन, इमेजिन गोइंग टू सिंगापुर, फाइंडिंग बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा, बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, राजकोट नागरिक सहकारी बैंक, सिंगापुर ब्रांच. But if you have such deposits, it is going to be exempt. We don't want to levy. Mostly people will keep their foreign का income only in those banks. Okay. वैसे resident होएगा तो it is going to be taxable, but we want to exempt that. So we don't want any confusion. Consequently, interest on deposit with offshore banking unit will be exempt. Is that clear? Section 1015 gave you exemption of interest. 1016. By the way, while we have been doing the clauses, do you realize that there is no connection between the various clauses here? नहीं तो वो सबसेक्शन होता है if there was connection. समझा? Educational scholarships. Fully exempt. Educational scholarship fully exempt. Scholarship का meaning you know or you don't know? Idea है? What do you mean by scholarship? When there is a bright student but does not have funds to study, तो एक ऑप्शन होता है the person who is teaching is providing concession या ऐसा कुछ, जो some people in the teaching profession do. अगर genuinely पता चल जाता है that the student does not have paying capacity, any coaching class run by a good human being will allow. Okay, हमेशा से सिस्टम रहा है, but then to avoid misuse, I have told you, no, allow, but the recommendation should come from someone who has paid full fees. नहीं तो दो बच्चा आएगा, ए बोलेगा बी इज पुअर, बी बोलेगा ए बोलेगा बी से मत लो, बी बोलेगा ए से मत लो, नीचे BMW पार्क की. ये मिसयूज के चक्कर में ये सब करना. ओके, जो जेन्युइनली नॉट केपेबल होते हैं ना. कोचिंग क्लास में नॉट चार्ज फीस, दैट मीन्स वी आर नॉट पेइंग एनीथिंग टू द स्टूडेंट, बट देयर आर सम रिच वेल टू डू पीपल इन द कम्युनिटी who always want to support their underprivileged brothers and sisters. तो वो लोग बोलते हैं कि तुम्हारे बच्चे को पढ़ाई के लिए पैसा मैं दूं. That's a scholarship. Bright student should deserve a good, who deserves a good future should not miss out on a good future only because of lack of resources. तभी तो आगे जाके will become an inspiration to millions, billions maybe. Okay, so that scholarship will be fully exempt. कैच खाली इतना है, प्रोविजन इज ओवर. कैच खाली इतना है. What purpose you use that scholarship money is nowhere specified. मतलब what I am writing in blue is not written in the law. Exempt. Whether then you spend or you don't spend. Whether spent for any purpose, exempt. आप समझे क्या? Means someone gives you scholarship and then you don't study. बोला पैसा मिल गया, मजा कर. It is still exempt. Ideally, it should have been anything spent to meet the cost of education should be exempt, but here that is not specified. So इसकी वजह से what happens is, because of this condition, people have stopped helping underprivileged students. What people say is, तो बोलते रहा स्कूल का फीस कितना, आई विल गिव अ चेक इन द नेम ऑफ द स्कूल. होता है सर. Then in that case there is no question of misuse. But if given in the form of cash, there can always be misuse, and there is nothing to prohibit or prevent that misuse. Is that understood? Okay. So 1016 educational scholarship fully exempt. 1017 allowances paid to MP MLA. Allowances paid to किसको? Member of Parliament and Member of Legislative Assembly. Sir, ये क्या होता है? Sir, you know who is MP, Member of Parliament? The people who are sitting in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. They are public representatives. Very good. Who is the MP from your area? वो पूछेगा तो कोई आइडिया नहीं. You all are all from the other Mahim area. You have any idea who is the MP of your area? No. ठाण्यात कोण आहे? एकनाथ शिंदेचा मुलगा. You don't know the name. We call those guys, MPs are called खासदार in Marathi. Sansad in Hindi. Shrikant Shinde. And there is one more seat over there. A gentleman called Rajan Vichare. By the way, Eknath Shinde Sahib and Rajan Vichare ji, both of them were the right and left hand of Dharamveer Anandji. And I don't think Maharashtra has seen. Of course, Bala Sahib was there. But, you know, he held the same power as Bala Sahib, Mr. Anandji. Mr. Shinde was an auto driver. Then he became driver of Mr. Anandji. He used to drive his car. Do you know that? Do you also know that the present Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde, saw his two children dying in front of him? He was traveling from Mumbai to Satara. Good old days. Konkan, udhar hi kidhar. River mein there was baad aa gaya tha and two children were swept out in front of him. And only the third one survived, who is a member of parliament now. Okay. So, member of parliament will go and sit in Lok Sabha. If I talk about my area, it is a gentleman called Arvind Sawant. Here it is Rahul Shevale or Poonam Mahajan. I don't know. You will have to find out. I don't know. Member of Legislative Assembly, MLA, they sit in the state legislature. Correct? Abhi again, my area ka I know. Now a cabinet minister Mangal Prabhat Lodha. If I am not wrong, अभी तुम लोग को मैं ही बता देता हूँ. सिविक्स की बैंड बजा रहे हो तुम लोग इधर बैठ के. सदा सरवणकर करके there is a guy. I think mostly he is only the guy from Mahim. I might. हाँ? शायद से नहीं. I know that. दादर Mahim area it is him only. आणि तिकडे there is प्रताप सरनाईक. हाँ. There is one more guy. नाम याद नहीं आ रहा because there are multiple seats over there. Eknath Shinde himself is MLA. No, you first become MLA, then you become Chief Minister. No, he is also from Thane only. Okay. There was one more guy. उसका नाम याद नहीं. Point is that I know from my area who it is. Okay. These members of parliament, they sit in parliament in Delhi when the parliament is in session. Likewise, these MLAs, they sit in the state assembly for the functioning. Means their voting is basically treated as country का public का voting या state का public का voting for any decision making. These MPs are sitting in Delhi, but where do they come from? एक बार मैं इंटर बैच में ऐसा ही पूछ लिया. MP is sitting in Lok Sabha, which is in Delhi, working in Lok Sabha when the parliament is in session. But where do they come from? I expected student will say पूरे इंडिया से आता है. यूपी से 80 people are elected. तो महाराष्ट्र से people are elected, West Bengal से people are. That is how together we get those 543 or 550 MPs and 272 means majority in the parliament. I said where do they come from? वो बच्चा बोला माँ के पेट से. खत्म. तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. I can't do anything. अरे मतलब they are sitting in Delhi but coming from the whole of India. Likewise, MLAs are sitting in the assembly which will be in Mumbai. Vidhan Sabha it is called. The MLAs in Hindi are called Vidhayak and in Marathi we call them Amdar. So this is Vidhayak and Sansad in Hindi and Amdar and Khasdar in Marathi. They come from the entire state. अब मैं पूछता भी नहीं where do they come from. पूरा state. Full state votes for them. And coincidentally Maharashtra में लोकसभा and state election happen in the same year always. 2014-19 in a span of 2 months. The gap is only little between Lok Sabha. तो लोक सभा के इलेक्शन में बीजेपी वांटेड सपोर्ट फ्रॉम शिवसेना. रूम में लेके जाके बोला तुम चिंता मत करो, आफ्टर दिस स्टेट का इलेक्शन इज कमिंग वी विल मेक यू सीएम फॉर 2.5 years. ऐसा बोला कि नहीं बोला? आई वाज नॉट देयर, आई डोंट नो. सो दे आर सेइंग इन्होंने बोला था 2.5 year वी विल मेक यू सीएम and they are saying no we did not promise, we just said that we will give you equal seats. There are 288 seats in Maharashtra. 144 BJP का candidate will go, 144 शिवसेना का candidate will go. That was the discussion. We didn't promise 2.5 years का CM का post. बस ये बोल के शिवसेना सपोर्टेड इन लोकसभा का इलेक्शन, वो खत्म हो गया. देन मोटा भाई तू कौन कभी बोला था? अरे तो लिख के लेना चाहिए ब्रो. कोई मतलब विश्वास का जमाना ही नहीं रहा है सीरियसली ब्रो. बट देन व्हाट हैपेंड आफ्टर महाराष्ट्र के अंदर व्हाट हैपेंड आफ्टर वाज वेरी वेरी शेमफुल. इवन टुडे इट इज शेमफुल. बट वन थिंग, दिस गाय द चाणक्य ऑफ महाराष्ट्र पॉलिटिक्स नाउ, he has made sure के पूरा देखो, he didn't take CM का post. He said के you were greedy. I never wanted to become CM. Otherwise, that's one thing that he has. But he is very clever also. 2.5 years के लिए become करके करूँ भी क्या? What's the point? Third, अभी भी the government is formed because those 40 are with them. इनका मूड चेंज हो गया तो again my government will collapse. You already made the mistake of calling Ajit Dada and taking that oath early in the morning 5 o'clock जाके गवर्नर के पास में oath ले लिया in evening में. पवार साहब was like कौन बोला तेरे को? बट ये ऐसा नहीं है, हमारा बात नहीं हवक. So he did not want to take that risk. That way he is a very very good leader. I am telling you, I see a prime minister in the next 10, 15, 20 years. You may get to see a prime minister in him. But he played this superb game. He is like, you are greedy. We never wanted CM. But they are all, he is himself MLA from Nagpur. So they get elected throughout the state. But they sit in Mumbai and work. Likewise MPs full country but sit in Delhi and work. They are away from their family when they are working. You agree with this? For this they will be given something called a daily allowance. What will we give them? Daily allowance. Very very self-explanatory to meet the cost of your day-to-day life when you are away from your family. Simple है. If you are in the same city as your family, so evening में you wind up work, go home and you get food, no? But if you are in another city, you have to pay for that food, no? You will have to pay for it. Do you understand this? 100%? Okay. So, there is going to be daily allowance. For that, these MPs, MLAs will get it. Likewise, we will give them something called constituency allowance. So daily allowance का meaning is understood? Yes. What do you mean by constituency allowance? Constituency is that geographical area where you won the election. The place from where you are coming after winning elections. For example, South Mumbai is the Lok Sabha constituency of Mr. Arvind Sawant. North Mumbai is the Lok Sabha constituency of Mr. Gopal Shetty. या Thane is the Lok Sabha constituency of Shrikant Shinde or Rajan Vichare. Wayanad in Kerala is the Lok Sabha constituency of. तुमको मालूम है? तुमको हाँ? अच्छा मैं नहीं बोला ना. I am thinking तुमको तुम्हारा एरिया में कौन है? You don't know. So then तो you know अमेठी में it is स्मृति ईरानी, स्मिता पाटिल. Smriti Irani, that is your constituency. Constituency is the place from where you won the election. So you get that. Means I must have told you about constituency allowance also. Government will give you a fund, go and spend for people of your area. For example, Bandra West के lanes में you'll go, no, those are secluded lanes. तो शाम के टाइम पे तो they are very dangerous also. But all the lanes have CCTV. और बड़ा बड़ा बोर्ड लगा हुआ है. This area has a CCTV because of the MLA fund of Mr. Baba Siddiqui. Earlier he was MLA. Now there is another guy called Ashish Shelar who is the MLA from there. And then Baba Siddiqui sent his son to Bandra East to fight elections. Zishan Siddiqui from Bandra East, and he defeated Mumbai का mayor विश्वनाथ महाडेश्वर या माडापेश्वर, ऐसा ही कुछ नाम था उनका. कोई आइडिया नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. It's okay. Constituency is the place from where you will have to spend for those people. It can be elected or nominated also. Elected मतलब you fight election, nominated मतलब राज्यसभा में या member of legislative council directly government appoints you. जैसे उद्धव जी was not MLA, so he was nominated to legislative council. Do you know this?
Yes.
हाँ, तो उस एरिया के लोगों के लिए खर्चा करने के लिए government will give you funds that go spend for the people. Many a times you will come across a garden के बाहर board. This garden was renovated by the fund provided by the XYZ member of parliament. ऐसा कुछ. मित्रों, you have not seen Panchayat? Amazon Prime पे? You have? No, not season 1, not season 2. That means you are missing a lot in life. विधायक जी सड़क बनवाने का फंड दीजिए. Those who have seen will understand what I am talking about. Want road का construction, funds नहीं है ना, so they approach the MLA. Fund दे दो, road बन जाएगा, because MLA is given funds from the government. It is his choice where to allocate, where not to allocate. This daily allowance which we are giving him to meet his daily ka cost when he is away from home, and the constituency allowance which we are giving him for spending for the people who have elected him, both of them will be. And इसका सबसे बड़ा problem ये है bro, even if check नहीं है, check क्या, it's not in check, पागल है क्या? तो government will give cash, ले जाओ black money खेलो. It is in check, but they are not saying that exempt if spent. You said it is no, even if it is not.
It is not kept. It is not.
अच्छा, you meant this check. Oh, I thought it is not in check. मतलब government is giving cash. Oh, they spend or they don't spend. You have heard of a guy called Govind Kumar Ahuja? No. Bollywood actor Govinda. He is Govind Ahuja. Govinda is only his essay name. Jitendra is not Jitendra. He is Ravi Kapoor. अक्षय कुमार का आधार कार्ड में देखोगे तो इट इज राजीव भाटिया. कुछ भी ये लोग कुछ भी नाम रख लेते हैं. थानोस क्यों नहीं रखा तुम्हारे? Govinda got elected to Lok Sabha from Virar in 2004, and 5 years he didn't go only to parliament. He didn't go only. Of course, then next time he was not allowed only to, मतलब the party didn't give him ticket only, but he got constituency allowance. गया ही नहीं तो spend क्या करे? He didn't spend anything, fully exempt. That's the problem. You spend or you don't spend. Purpose is irrelevant now. Even if you don't spend, it is fully exempt. आप समझा क्या? हाँ, तो daily allowance and constituency allowance will be exempt. But I am not teaching you this. I am just giving you a clarification. Sometimes they get something called a sitting fees. This is to attend the sessions. ये तुम्हारे पोकर का सेशन नहीं है रे. कौन सा सेशन? Not पोकर से 3 पत्ती सेशन. Sessions of Parliament and Assembly. When you are present, no, they get paid for attendance. Sir, class में भी ऐसा होता. They get paid for attendance, bro. क्या life है? that will be taxable under income from other sources. What is exempt, mitro? Daily allowance is exempt. What is exempt? Constituency allowance is exempt. Daily allowance, constituency allowance will be exempt. But what will be taxable? Sitting fees will be taxable. Attendance ka paisa is going to be taxable. Is that understood? That's 1017 allowance to MP, MLA. Next, 1017A. Any award or reward, दोनों बोला ब्रो. क्या बोला? Award or reward. समझ ले कि सर गूगल करना पड़ेगा. What is the difference between the two? स्कूल में बोलता है समानार्थी मीनिंग, दैट मीन्स अवार्ड का रिवॉर्ड एंड रिवॉर्ड का अवार्ड, सिनोनिम. अवार्ड और रिवॉर्ड फॉर व्हाट? फर्स्ट दे से फॉर लिटररी वर्क, फॉर साइंटिफिक वर्क, लिटररी वर्क, साइंटिफिक वर्क, फिर बोलता है आर्टिस्टिक वर्क, फिर बोलता है एनी अदर. तो सीधा एनी बोल देता ना पागल. फुल्ली एक्सेप्ट. अवार्ड और रिवॉर्ड फॉर एनी लिटरेरी, साइंटिफिक, आर्टिस्टिक और एनी अदर वर्क. सर मतलब क्या? सर मतलब हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ पीपल बीइंग कॉन्फर्ड पद्म भूषण, पद्म विभूषण फॉर गुड कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन? तो सर्टिफिकेट मिलता है एंड देन पैसा भी मिलता है. Exempt. Exempt. Is that clear? When they say any other ना, any other, इसका मतलब युवराज सिंह hit 6 sixes in an over. He was given awards. Indian cricket team won 2007 का 2020 and 2011 का वनडे वाला वर्ल्ड कप. All players were awarded. 2003 में when you were not born, no. Saurav Ganguly took India ka team to the finals of World Cup against Australia. That is the first time when our generation saw a fearless Indian cricket team. The Indian cricket team of 90s was supposed to be a very, very darpoke. In Mumbai ka language we call it pattu cricket. It used to get scared the moment it was playing against Australia, England, West Indies or batting against Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunis. Scared. But Mohammad Azharuddin brought a little change, unfortunately fell into a controversy, and Saurav Ganguly just simply changed the way Indian cricket was perceived. He took India to the finals first time after 1983. 1983 में भी when India won the World Cup, no, government had given her player को कुछ monetary reward. That will also get counted. Any award, reward, literary contribution, artistic contribution, scientific contribution, Ayyar by doing some nice invention, something like that. Okay, all those awards and rewards are going to be fully accepted. Is that clear?
Overall, wherever you get it from the world, there are many grants that
you can get from anyone. Exempt hoga if government is given. So your question is you get wala ke your question is you get exemption wala? Exemption is if the or state government also. It is. So state government is not government of India. Central or state government. बराबर है. चलिए. कौन बोला? Really? Under which section did you read that? That you tell me. Then we will sit and discuss about it. That you first tell me. Then we will sit and discuss. WhatsApp के ज्ञान को WhatsApp पे कभी दूध पी. सचिन को भारत रत्न मिला था कभी? कभी? And you were how old? 9 years. टैक्स का स्पेलिंग आता था TEX लिखते थे ना, TEX AX लिखते थे. लेट अस टॉक अबाउट लीगल प्रोविजन है तो मेरे को लाके दिखाओ, वी विल सिट एंड टॉक अबाउट इट. अब मैं, ये आपके लिए होमवर्क रहेगा. आई एम नॉट सेइंग यस परमानेंटली एग्जेम्प्ट, आई एम नॉट सेइंग नो परमानेंटली एग्जेम्प्ट. आप लाके दिखाओ, देन वी विल सिट एंड टॉक अबाउट इट. ओके. सेक्शन 10(18). If you have been a recipient of any bravery award, क्या मिला आपको? ब्रेवरी अवार्ड. कौन सा ब्रेवरी अवार्ड? इट कैन बी समथिंग कॉल्ड अ गैलेंट्री अवार्ड. जो भी वॉर में अच्छा परफॉर्म करता है ना, दे आर गिवन दीज अवार्ड्स. बॉर्डर मूवी यू हैव नॉट सीन, नहीं तो और एक एग्जांपल देता. अक्षय खन्ना को बोला था सनी देओल, धर्मवीर वेरी गुड फॉर योर ब्रेवरी, आई विल रेकमेंड अ गैलेंटरी अवार्ड फॉर यू. नो प्रॉब्लम, इट्स ओके. देयर इज एन अवार्ड कॉल्ड VC, वीर चक्र. देयर इज एन अवार्ड कॉल्ड MVC, महावीर चक्र. एंड द मोस्ट रिस्पेक्टेड ऑफ ऑल, परमवीर चक्र. मोस्टली इट इज ग्रांटेड posthumously. वो क्या रही इंग्लिश? आफ्टर डेथ. If you have been a recipient of bravery award, ultimately you worked for the government. So after retirement you will get pension. गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज को पेंशन मिलता है. गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय जैसा तो जिंदगी नहीं. जिंदगी हो तो ऐसी. मिर्जापुर देखा है? अभी योर जनरेशन इफ हैज नॉट सीन मिर्जापुर, नो, then you are definitely missing something in life. Unpopular opinion, Prime ka shows are better than Netflix.
Yes, sir.
Any time better than it. Netflix is just, sorry for the language, but expensive dash. मैं लैंग्वेज यूज ही नहीं किया, छोड़. प्राइम का शोज वेदर पंचायत, मिर्जापुर और फैमिली मैन है फार बैक. ठीक है, नेटफ्लिक्स वो एक स्क्विड गेम से साल भर चला लिया, जैसे सोनी लिव ने स्कैम 92 से बोला जिंदगी भर का कमा लिया प्रोबेबली. ओके, तो अदरवाइज मिर्जापुर इज ऑन प्राइम ओनली एंड इट इज वर्थ वॉचिंग. सीजन 1 एंड सीजन 2 बोथ. तो गुड्डू भैया ने बोला था जिंदगी हो तो ऐसी हो. हाँ, बस 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 बस. तो फ्लो में सर मेरे से गलती से हो गया. तूने मेरे को मेरी एक कजिन सिस्टर की याद दिला दी. मेरी एक कजिन सिस्टर ना, शी डज अ लॉट ऑफ धर्म ध्यान, एकदम धार्मिक है. मतलब शी यू नो ऑल टेम्पल का प्रोसीजर्स एंड एवरीथिंग शी नोस. वन डे 31st नाइट को ऑल कजिन्स वर देयर एंड हर हस्बैंड फोर्स चल, ये 2 गुट में कुछ नहीं होता, जबरदस्ती उसको पिला दिया. ठीक. माई मॉम इज वेरी क्लेवर. शी विल नेवर आस्क तूने पिया था क्या. शी विल नेवर आस्क लाइक दैट. ओके, बिकॉज शी नोज कि ये सब सियाने लोग हैं. शी इज लाइक के उस दिन तूने भी लिया था ना, मेरे को मालूम है तू इतना धर्म करती है, तूने भी. आंटी क्या करूं, मेरे से हो गया. मैं बोला दीदी वो ट्रैप था, फंस गया तुम, वो ट्रैप था. तो वो फ्लो में शी इज लाइक गलती से मेरे से तू बोल देता अभी एंड अप यू ऑलमोस्ट रीच्ड देयर. दिस इज अल्टीमेटली अ क्लासरूम. नहीं भरोसा नहीं, बाद में बोल के बोलता गलती से हो गया था. तो गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉइज इट्स ओके, सॉरी इट्स ओके. गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉइज टेक बर्थ टू एंजॉय देयर लाइफ. आफ्टर रिटायरमेंट देयर पेंशन इज गोइंग टू बी provided you have been a recipient of a bravery award. इसे हर किसी के लिए रास्ते पे चलते exempt नहीं है ब्रो. फर्स्ट. सेकेंड, is it possible that you die? Pension will continue. This pension will be given to your family pension. Family pension is normally taxable under other sources. देखो, the retiring employee himself getting pension, no, that is taxable under salary. Because he was an employee. But after employee dies, when the wife gets a pension, That is not salary, that is other sources. Logical enough. My grandfather retired from Indian Railways in 1995. He got pension till 1997. He was the employee, so salary. He passed away in 1997. 25 years se my grandmother is getting pension from Indian Railways. Even today she is getting pension. She was not an employee. So income from other sources. Exempt. मेरी दादी को exemption नहीं है bro. Because Dada did not get Mahavir Chakra, Paramvir Chakra. Yeah, I hope you understand. This exemption is for the family of recipient of, किसके लिए exemption है? For the family of recipient of bravery award. सबके लिए exemption नहीं है bro. वो confuse मत हो जाना. समझा क्या? And there may be cases where, especially a case like Paramvir Chakra, this didn't start only. Day one say it is this because you died on duty. So if we had stopped here, this would have been unfortunate because they would have been made to pay tax. So इसलिए बोला देखो, receiving an award is important for this section. You retire and you are alive and you get a pension. You get exemption. You die, family gets pension. Family gets exemption. कोई टेंशन नहीं. Understood? But there is another section 1019. It may appear similar. It's different. If you have been a member of any of the armed forces, name karo. Army, Navy, Air Force. They say this includes paramilitary forces like NSG commandos. A police wale bhi cover. Whoever are part of government and get arms to fight. And you have died during official duties. Member of armed forces who died during official duties. अपने एरिया का MP MLA के नेम का जनरल नॉलेज तो you don't have. But if you don't know names like Hemant Karkare, Vijay Salaskar, Ashok Kamte, Sandeep Unnikrishnan and Tukaram Omble, so I am today ordering a rope and a stool for you online, cash on delivery. You cannot not know these names. वो थे तो तुम हो. इनको पेंशन नहीं मिल सकता because they died before retiring. Do you understand day one say it is going to be fully exempt? First day say we are giving them family pension and that family pension is going to be fully exempt. तुम समझा क्या? Sir, some try to relate this and this. They are absolutely not related. If you have received an award, dying is not compulsory. You are alive, no? Your pension and after that family pension. And if you have died, there may be some of them who did not get any award. They didn't die for awards. They died for the country. No award received. Still exemption. The difference is only this much. Here it can be self pension and family pension. Here it can only be family pension. Because you already died. इतना सा difference है. या similar maximum ये हो सकता है that if you were this, then it is likely that this has also happened. You are fulfilling both. जरूरी नहीं है that you fulfill both. You fulfill anyone, you get exemption. कोई tension नहीं. Is that understood? So that was your 10, 18 and 19. They appear similar but they have no relation or connection with each other. Is that clear? Okay. ठीक. We are almost near completion of exempt income chapter. Next class mein we are definitely going to start our first head of income.